winner Fernando Mendoza to a rising star and potential Heisman candidate next year in Washington quarterback Damon Williams. We'll go toe-to-toe with Boise State's Maddox Madsen as bowl season is underway from SoFi Stadium. Welcome to the Bucked Up LA Bowl as part of Capital One Bowl Mania. And hi, everybody. Dave Pasch with Dusty Dvorak and Taylor McGregor down on the field. Congratulations once again to Fernando Mendoza, Indiana's first ever Heisman Trophy winner. Good luck to the Hoosiers as the #1 seed in the college football playoff. And Dusty, the Heisman ceremony is kind of a bridge between the regular season and the bowl season, which is the best time of year for college football.
It's bowl season, Dave. Everybody loves bowl season, especially the players. We get these unique matchups that we don't see throughout the regular season, and it's one final time for these players to come together as a team and go compete to win a bowl game and raise a championship trophy. Man, there's no better time than right now.
Washington from the Big Ten. Let's get to know the Huskies a bit and how their season went. Just 2 years removed from playing for a national championship under then head coach Kalen DeBoer. Now the head man, of course, at Alabama, while Jedd Fisch took over the program as they entered the Big Ten. 6-7 record a year ago, 8-4 this season, and led by a 19-year-old at quarterback, Damon Williams.
And he's must-see TV, one of the most electric quarterbacks in the Big Ten this season. He can beat you from the pocket, down the field, but he's so dangerous on the move, outside the pocket, locating his targets down the field. And he is as tough a quarterback as there is to tackle in the country. He's got true speed when he becomes a ball carrier. Going to be a problem for this Boise State defense here tonight.
He is #2 in the Big Ten this season in total offense. He will face the champions of the Mountain West. Boise State just completed its 28th consecutive winning season, longest active streak in the country. They were a playoff team a year ago, losing to Penn State in the quarterfinals, but a rough start to this season. Blown out in the opener against South Florida, en route to a 6-4 record, in part because of an injury to quarterback Maddox Madsen. But after missing a month, he came back, and so did the Broncos, end up hoisting their 3rd straight Mountain West title trophy.
And Maddox Madsen was the key cog in hoisting that conference championship trophy. 4 total touchdowns. He was outstanding. He is elusive, can make plays, extend plays, make plays with his legs, and then that experience, 2 years as a starting quarterback, the accuracy down the field, a true leader for this Boise football team.
And with more on Madsen, here's Taylor.
Well, Dave and Dusty, what makes Maddox Madsen's performance last week even more impressive is that after that injury we showed you to his right foot in week 10, he thought his season was over. But then doctors got imaging done and they told him, you don't need surgery right now, and there's a chance you could return. But they warned him, if you do return, you could possibly make the injury worse. But for him, it was never a question. He wanted to be back with his guys, and so that was the performance we saw last week, the first time playing in over a month. And this week he told me that foot has been incredibly sore. He's spent a ton of time with the training staff, but it was never a question. He wanted to end this season on a high note, Dave.
Taylor, 21 straight days of football is underway tonight with the Bucked Up LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk. Up next from SoFi Stadium.
You're watching Capital One Bowl Mania.
We are ready to go from SoFi Stadium as Washington faces Boise State. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, and Taylor McGregor. Washington won the toss and elected to defer, so Boise State will get the ball first. Spencer Danielson, his second full season. He was the interim coach 2 years ago. Record of 24-7. Jed Fish, after 3 years in Tucson, now in year 2 with the Huskies. Short kick taken on the 4-yard line by Malik Sherrod. And Sherrod able to get the corner. He's past the 40. No flags down, and Sherrod all the way to the 44. The aforementioned Maddox Madsen, who is 20-5 as a starter, 14-1 against the Mountain West. The lone loss was this year in a game he barely played in. He got hurt after just 4 passes attempted. Missed about a month, and you heard Taylor report when he came back in the Mountain West Championship game, and then also tonight, he could certainly re-injure that toe. But said he wanted to be out here with his teammates, knowing how important this is to him and them in the program. Dylan Riley, the ball carrier on first down, and he gets about 2. It's going to be tough to run against that Washington front. There is a size difference up front for Washington.
They are big in the middle, Dave. Got good depth and size at defensive tackle. Deep linebacker room, and you saw 12 Alex McLaughlin come in, make that initial hit. Washington been very good this year against the run.
And some movement on the right side of the line. Jake Steele, the right tackle, got shoved by Rainey Saleh, true freshman linebacker.
Offside, number 23, defense. Enter the neutral zone and cause the offense to react. 5-yard penalty. Keep second down.
That'll make it 2nd and 2. This is the second bucked up LA Bowl for Boise State in the last 3 years. They lost to UCLA here a couple years ago. Washington in its 44th bowl game, first time here in LA. Play action on 2nd down and short. And Madsen fires complete for a first down. Chris Marshall on the catch in Washington territory at the 34.
Well, it's an excellent route by Chris Marshall. Runs the defender off. Works back toward the quarterback. Nice job coming out of his break. Good, strong hands. Marshall's got great size at 6'3", 215. He's had some drop issues this year, but a good, sure-handed catch for that first down.
Gain of 14. He averages 19 yards per catch in the top 15 nationally. They'll run it here on first down. And down to about the 31-yard line is Dylan Riley. Dylan Riley replacing Ashton Genty, the number 6 pick in the draft by the Raiders. Riley had almost 1,100 yards during the regular season on the ground.
This is who Boise State is. You're going to see a lot of 2 tight end sets. They want to run the football. We'll see Dylan Riley. We'll see Sire Gaines, 2-headed monster at running back. They like to set up their play action pass based off the run. Very important here tonight. They're able to establish that line of scrimmage and run the football on Washington.
Here he is again, and Riley is drilled at the line of scrimmage and brought down. No gain on the play as Jacob Manu had the hit.
Watch Manu come right downhill. Great to have him back. He is a downhill attacking physical linebacker for Washington. He's actually going to redshirt this year, but now games played in bowl games don't count against a redshirt. He's here tonight. He's the voice of this defense, a true leader. A nice job there on 2nd down.
You saw that shot of Ryan Walters in his first year as the defensive coordinator. Spent the last 2 seasons as the head coach at Purdue.
Showing pressure here on 3rd down.
They rush forward. Madsen, who has time. Flag down. Madsen takes off and has the first down. Flag thrown on the near side at the line of scrimmage.
Legal motion. Number 13, offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. Third down.
So instead of a first down, it'll be third down and 11. Madsen, the preseason Mountain West Conference Player of the Year after leading the league in passing yards and touchdowns a year ago. Struggled in the playoff game against Penn State last year. He wasn't the only one, but had 3 picks in that game. On third down and 11. Madsen facing pressure, gets hit. Now dumps it off, but it's incomplete off the hands of Sherrod. Bring up fourth down and 11. It would be about a 52-yard field goal from here.
Nice job with a stunt inside by Washington. Really good job looping by 54 Ontario Thompson. Gets that pressure. Madsen trying to just get that ball off, but misses his mark with Sherrod.
Colton Boomer's long on the season is 50. He does have a 55-yard made field goal over the course of his career. He's made 5 career 50-yard field goals. And he drills this one. Make it 6 for the UCF transfer in Boise State. Up 3-0 early on. It'll be Washington's turn next. And sophomore quarterback, 19-year-old Damon Williams Jr. when we return to SoFi Stadium in LA.
You know, Ryan, if you weren't slinging bucked up products, I bet you would have been a pretty good quarterback.
I know we're the title partner, so you don't need to hype me up like that.
No, seriously, I think you fit the part.
Okay, go on.
The perfect spiral.
You know, Gronk, I think you'd make a great host.
Thanks. I agree.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
Okay, Nate, it's just one smile, okay? One smile, and then we can go home, okay? No, that's too much teeth.
Nate, come on.
You gotta look at the camera, honey.
Nate, listen to your mother.
Buddy, look up, okay? No, that's too far up. This isn't working. DeVito, you're in.
Tommy DeVito, backup Nate.
If only there were backups in real life.
Hey guys, follow me on this one.
But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
See? Now that's a smile. Okay, now everybody look at...
Switch and we'll pay off your phone balance up to $800 per line.
Special Agent Will Trent. You run from the dark. That's why it chases you. Get out of my house!
This killer's underestimating you.
I got this.
Well, the Bucked Up LA Bowl is hosted by Rob Gronkowski, 4-time Super Bowl champ.
I think he got out flexed there. The guy in the brown shirt. Gronk didn't like that.
We are expected to visit with Gronk at some point here in the first half.
He may put you in that chokehold later tonight. You better be on your P's and Q's, Pat.
Don't you start flexing when he comes up here, okay? It's not a contest.
I can't make any promises.
So 3-0 Boise State. A 52-yard field goal by Colton Boomer. SoFi Stadium is indoors, but on the sides of the stadium, it is open air. So that's why they had a holder in that situation, because there is some wind that comes in here to the stadium. Damon Williams Jr. takes the field. He started 2 games a year ago as a 18-year-old freshman, including the bowl game, the Sun Bowl against Louisville. Threw for almost 400 yards in that game and 5 total touchdowns. His last start was a struggle, though, against Oregon. Was held to a season low 129 yards and had 2 interceptions in the 4th loss of the year for the Huskies.
And he is dangerous, an electric runner, and he makes you change the way you go about playing defense. You have to be aware and cognizant of him when you're rushing the passer, and he's most dangerous when he escapes the pocket.
from Chandler, Arizona, was being recruited by then Arizona coach Jed Fish, now his current head coach. And he takes off here. He talked about his running ability. Able to pick up positive yardage for a gain of about 3.
He's got such good awareness of where bodies are. Pass rush is on him. Pocket starts collapsing. He can find an escape anywhere on the field. He's got that burst and explosiveness. Just able to make something out of nothing as he did there on first down.
Became the first Washington quarterback in history to have 400 passing yards and 100 rushing yards in the same game. That was against Rutgers. He will hand it off here on second down. Out to the 30-yard line is Jonah Coleman, wrapped up by Marco Notriani.
Well, it's just great to see Jonah Coleman playing here tonight. His college career will be over after tonight. He's off to the NFL and likely be a top 3-round pick. He's been fabulous and put a lot of work in to be here tonight. This Boise State defense, where they dial up the pressure. They go a lot of man-to-man. It's going to be a real question here tonight. Can they play man-to-man against some of these talented wide receivers at Washington?
Top 10 in third down conversion percentage. Here's Boston on the screen, and it's a first down to the 38-yard line. Denzel Boston's 57th catch, third team All Big Ten.
This is good perimeter blocking on the outside. You see 86 the Graf get outside, and 74 the tackle.
As a party, the left guard out there blocking. Williams to throw again. Long pass is pulled in again by Boston. Jeremiah Irby in coverage right at the first down marker. Mel Kiper Jr. has Boston ranked as the 5th receiver.
He's going to have a big decision to make after tonight. Should he stay or should he go? Somewhere between probably a mid to late first-round pick to a second-round pick. His size, length, and the ability to catch the football contested situations really jumps off the page. He's had an outstanding season this year for Washington.
Little option, pitch to Coleman, and he's tripped up and keeps his balance inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 29. A gain of 19.
Well, he's 5'9", 220, and he's so difficult to tackle. Tough to get a good clean shot on the corner. 6 misses. Irby can't get him, and Coleman loose in the secondary.
Coleman had just 30 rushing yards his last 3 games. Here's a deep ball that's overthrown, intended for Evans, incomplete. Jonah Coleman had been banged up, but back healthy and makes a big difference in the run game and then opens up the passing game, although that attempt by Williams sailed on him.
This offense, they want to run the football, Dave. And typically we haven't seen it yet. They have a lot of inside and outside zone, a staple of Jed Fish's system.
Give to Coleman, trying to find a running lane. It's not there. Good job up front by Boise State. Bring up third down and long. Again, Notriani on the tackle.
Well, here you go. Notriani's just going to come down. He's going to be patient and wait. The defensive line does their job. Everybody's in their gaps. Coleman kind of looking for a cutback. Nowhere to be found. Good third down here for this Boise State defense.
1 for 1 so far. Number 8 in the country in third down conversion rate.
Denzel Boston up top.
He had the catch on the first third down, and he gets another one here. And it's a first down at the 18-yard line. Gain of 10.
They're going to dial up the pressure here. They're going to gamble. They're going to bring this corner off the edge, and it's going to leave one of the best receivers in the country, Denzel Boston, wide open. Good identification and a good find from Damon Williams.
Back to the ground game, and Coleman trying to find some running room, but cannot. Sterling Lane, the second Arizona transfer. There are a lot of Arizona transfers on this Washington team, but Lane, now playing for Boise State, makes the tackle there.
Nice job so far on the interior runs by this front of Boise State, just building a wall and nowhere for Jonah Coleman to cut back.
2nd and 9. Williams in trouble. Hit from behind by Lane. Sack back at the 21 for a 4-yard loss.
You're going to see a little TE game here. The end's going to get up. The tackle's going to get up. The end's going to come underneath and get back up inside and get Damon Williams to the ground. Nice job getting to the quarterback, applying that pressure by Sterling Lane.
He's listed as their 3rd string defensive end on the left side, and he's getting a lot of reps here early on. So 3rd and 13, Washington 2 for 2 on 3rd and long. Williams out of the pocket, going to take off. Able to make the defender miss and get a first down at the 7. A gain of 14 on 3rd and 13. It'll be 1st and goal.
Well, this is the problem when you go man-to-man against a guy like Damon Williams. Everybody's got their backs to the quarterback. There's no eyes on 12. And if you don't keep contained, you let him outside the pocket, he will make you pay. Impressive 3rd down pickup by the sophomore quarterback.
12th play of the drive. Got a stoppage here.
The runner achieved the line to gain. That play is under further review.
Three for 3 on 3rd down. If this is upheld on this opening drive for Washington. See the marker there at the 8. And they spotted at the 7.
Where's the ball when the knee hits, Dave?
Yeah, the knee hits right there. Looks to be awfully close to the 8, but not at the 7. The original spot was the 7.
Tough to tell from that angle, but yeah, he did not get to the 7.
But he just needed the 8, so still might be a first down.
Correct.
Now, this is a Washington team that had a very potent offense during the regular season. They had a win against Illinois. Their losses were, well, 3 of the 4 were against teams that were in the top 20 for a good part of the year, and 2 that are in the college football playoff. Ohio State and Oregon. The other was Michigan. They also had a loss to Wisconsin. They'd love to have back.
Bad weather in that game. Jumped out to an early lead, and Wisconsin battled their way back. And to your point, Jed Fish, you could tell when he was talking through the season with us, that's one that really stuck with this team down the stretch of the season.
And this is year 2 of Washington being in the Big Ten. And when Kalen DeBoer left 2 years ago after the run of the national title game.
First down.
So 1st and goal. But when DeBoer left, Michael Penix obviously went to the NFL as a top 10 pick of the Falcons. And there was a lot of roster turnover then at that time. And one of the things Fish said they needed to do is to get bigger on both the offensive and defensive lines to compete instead of the Pac-12 and the Big Ten, and that's something they've done. But another step to take, says Fish, and they hope to take that step in 2026. Play action. Williams, and he throws it out of the back of the end zone.
With good coverage down the field there by Boise State. Weren't biting on the play action. Smart play by Damon Williams. Everybody's covered, just throw it out of the back of the end zone. Been an excellent Washington red zone offense here this year. Boise State has really struggled in this regard.
Sure, right. Washington's been in the top 10 most of the year in red zone offense. And they run it here. Coleman in the hole. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage. No Triani again in there with the stick. It'll bring up 3rd down and long, which has not been a problem so far for Washington.
Ty Benefield. There's no Triani, but watch Ty Benefield also come down the field. One of the best safeties in the country. First team all Mountain West this season. Both of them very well done on that cutback from Jonah Coleman.
So 3 for 3 so far on 3rd down. This is play 14 of the opening possession for Washington.
All eyes got to be on 12. Denzel Boston, bottom of your screen.
Williams with time. Now the pocket breaks down, and Williams is sacked by Notriani back at the 15-yard line.
But what an opening possession by Notriani. Watch him. He's going to be on a delayed blitz. Nothing's open. Everything's covered. Nowhere for Damon Williams to go. Never identifies the middle linebacker on a delayed blitz. And a big sack and a stop on third down.
First sack of the season for Notriani. Brady Gross will attempt a 33-yard field goal. And the game is tied at 3 apiece.
Toyotathon is on. Discover holiday magic with a new Toyota. Take a 4Runner skiing.
Wow.
Sick. Pick out the perfect tree with the Tacoma.
Bingo.
Or find the best sledding spot with the Grand Highlander. Whoa. 'Tis the season for Toyotathon. Oh, Santa got my letter.
Rock the holidays with a new Tacoma. Right now, you can save big with a low 2.99 APR plus $1,000 finance cash on a tough Tacoma.
Toyotathon is on.
Toyota.
Pretty loyal. I start every warm-up with a pass from the same guy. And I shoot from the same spot.
What's up, Steph?
What's up, Curtis?
Every time.
So you can imagine how good something's got to be to get me to switch.
Can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it, come on.
The Bucked Up LA Bowl is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers.
Quite a postseason for both these schools the last 2 years, with Washington making it to the national title game before a loss to Michigan, and Boise State getting a first-round bye as the 3 seed last year. Lost to Penn State in the quarterfinal, though. 3-3. 4:20 to go in the first quarter. So it'll be a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Take a look at our college football playoff bracket. Brought to you by AT&T 5G. We are 6 days away from the first game. December 19th in Norman, Oklahoma on ABC and ESPN. It's the Sooners and the Tide for the second time in a month.
It's going to be an unbelievable setting in Norman, Oklahoma. Next Friday night was a 23-21 knockdown drag out the first time Sooners defense stepped up, had 3 takeaways in that game. Bama was really banged up in that SEC championship game. They're going to get some guys back. It's going to be a great matchup on Friday.
Sire gains the ball carry on first down, and he is knocked down after a 1-yard gain by Jacob Manu. McLaughlin also in there on the hit. Of course, that is the first of 4 first-round games on campus for the second straight year. We'll have a triple header on Saturday for you.
We had a chance to do that Texas-Clemson game last year. How great are those on-campus venues? It's unbelievable.
Wouldn't be shocked at some point if there is playoff expansion, if that goes beyond the first round of having games on campus. And a Notre Dame Indiana game to kick off last year's postseason in South Bend. Matt Wagner, the tight end, on the catch, just short of a first down by about a yard.
Well, nice job by Wagner, just sitting down. Zone coverage on the back end, find some space. You're going to see a heavy dose of the Mats, they call them. Matt Lauder, Matt Wagner, such a key piece of what this Boise State offense wants to do. They're impactful in the run game, and they're impactful in the throw game.
And they'll use one of the Mats here as a fullback on third down and short. Madsen on the throwback has a first down. Caples on the catch and run out to the 48-yard line for a 15-yard pickup.
Well, you better identify Caples. He's the #1 target. He's just going to drag and sneak out all the way across. Good protection allows the time for Caples to get across the formation, come open. And a nice pickup on third and short. Good patience there by Maddox Madsen.
Madsen dumping it off, and hit immediately at midfield is Matt Lauder. Again, it's Jacob Manu on the stop. Short gain, 2 yards.
Well, Jacob Manu, he's all over the field, Dave, here in this opening quarter. Just great to see him back out there, be back with Washington. next year. Talking with the linebackers coach Brian Odom before the game. Loves what Jacob Manu brings to the field, brings to this defense overall. Such a good communicator, and you see the impact he has making plays.
Second time that Boise State has crossed midfield. Gaines. What a play made by the defensive lineman Ontario Thompson as he was getting blocked. He was able to make the stop, but Gaines took him for a ride for about 3 yards. Sarah Gaines showing his strength. Gaines from Paris, California. Not that far from SoFi Stadium.
One of the things when I was watching Washington State, their defense, their D linemen have really good, strong hands, good punch, and they get off of blocks so well. You saw there with Thompson, that punch separation as he sheds to make the tackle.
Delayed pressure by Washington. It's picked up and it's picked off. X-Ray Alexander on the interception and takes it all the way back to the Boise 35. First interception of the season for X-Ray Alexander.
And this is what Washington does so well. They disguise. Okay, 2 linebackers mugged up. They're going to bring pressure off of here, and you're going to see Alexander drop right in the middle of the field. Madsen wants to hit this in-cutting route, but it's X-Ray Alexander right there in the throwing lane with a big interception for the Huskies.
Madsen's 8th interception of the season. 4 of those came in a loss to Notre Dame. First turnover of the opening quarter, and Washington will have the ball inside the Boise 35.
The Apple A19 Pro chip is vapor-cooled because when you run cool, you can push your limits and juggle over 35 trillion complex tasks a second. Imagine if we were that powerful.
A movie search for SquarePants menu just dropped at Burger King. Dive into 4 delicious treasures while you still can.
Hey, where'd my Krabby Whopper go?
The SpongeBob movie, only in theaters, December 19th.
Power through the holidays with Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the #1 longest-lasting AA battery.
That's Wayne Gretzky.
Who's Wayne Gretzky?
He was accepted into the Hall of Fame.
That's nice. But with Discover, I get accepted basically anywhere. Well, I got it, Dwayne Jetski.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Score the best deals and top gifts at Dick's. Get up to 40% off hoodies and sweatshirts, up to 30% off shoes and cleats, and up to 50% off basketball hoops. Now through Sunday, get $20 off purchases of $100 or more in the Dick's app every...
And Doug.
Imagine if we could tell everyone here that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance to save people hundreds. Leave him! It's a mascot!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The broadcast premiere of Avatar: The Way of Water on The Wonderful World of Disney, ABC Sunday.
Well, here's X-Ray Alexander getting depth, sitting back, and getting this interception. First of the year for the junior linebacker. First year at Washington, the UCF transfer. And he struggled going back to spring and has really picked his game up more as a run tackler, but an excellent job there in coverage with the takeaway.
And Washington will start on the Boise 34-yard line. Design run for the quarterback Williams, and on the cutback he's spun down by Zion Washington. But more on X-Ray. Here is Taylor.
Dave, it might have been X-Ray's first interception of the season, but that doesn't mean he didn't have confidence, because when he came to the sideline, he was yelling at his teammates, I told you I was going to get one. And his teammates confirmed, coming over and said, you did call it. So not quite the Babe Ruth called shot, but we appreciate the confidence, Dave Pasch.
Yeah, and he showed off the speed on the run back too, putting Washington in position to get some points, but nothing on first down. And now off play action. Williams throwing it downfield. And Boston can't hang on. Incomplete pass. Zion Washington in coverage, and it's 3rd and long.
Boy, this is a rare drop from Denzel Boston. Watch this route. So good running this route, running away from Irby, the corner. That ball just a little bit too high, but it's on the hands. Chance to make that catch. Talking with Jed Fish yesterday, he said all year Denzel Boston's had 1 drop on the season. That's a play we typically see 12 come down with.
But Washington on 3rd down so far in this game is 3 of 4. And all those have been 3rd down and 8+. A screen set up, and down goes Muhammad, and it's no Triani. It's a tackle for a loss, and they might be out of field goal range now, back at the 40-yard line.
Boy, no Triani. Just watch how intelligent this is. He feels the screen. He sees it the whole way. Gets outside, knows this is going to Adam Muhammad, diagnoses it instantly, and makes a huge tackle for loss. What a first quarter for the senior leader of this defense. Has really stepped up.
And so Washington has to punt the ball. No points off that interception. And that's the end of the first quarter. Game tied at 3 apiece. This presentation of college football on ABC will continue after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
You know, Ryan, if you weren't slinging Bucked Up products, I bet you would have been a pretty good quarterback.
I know we're the title partner, so you don't need to hype me up like that.
No, seriously, I think you fit the part.
Okay, go long.
The perfect spiral.
You know, Gronk, I think you'd make a great host.
Thanks. I agree.
Michael Kors, the new fragrances. Pour Femme and Pour Homme Absolute.
At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
You'll get more than you expect for breakfast. Like buy a sausage burrito and add a sausage McMuffin for $1. Because a late night double shift deserves an early morning deal. Get more than you expect with McValue.
Morgan doesn't strike me as somebody who stays in her lane.
That's just a failure of imagination.
You got the goods!
I am so excited about this one.
Just try to keep your enthusiasm at an appropriate level.
We got the goods!
Welcome back to the Bucked Up LA Bowl as part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Game tied at 3 after 1 quarter between Washington and Boise State. Moments ago, Husky coach Jed Fish and Taylor McGregor.
Coach, we have a tie game after the first quarter. What has your attention?
Yeah, we got 2 possessions. I thought we had a chance to hit one down in the corner of the end zone. We didn't hit it. And we can't have first and go on the 7 and not score. Defense is playing well. We got a nice turnover. We'll keep it going.
Thank you. Dave?
And Jacob Dunn's punt goes into the end zone. Prysock was down there and had a shot at keeping it from crossing the goal line, but could not. It'll come out to the 20. Coach Fish talking about having to settle for a field goal. They had 8 yards in 12 plays inside the Boise State 35-yard line in that first quarter. Washington did.
And 2 sacks for the Boise State defense, and that huge tackle for loss there from Notriani. Give this defense a ton of credit. After that interception, the short field, to come up with a stop and force a punt, that is huge early in this game.
Madsen's last pass, his 8th pick of the season. Back to the air, and it's batted down. Elinius Davis got a hand up for Washington.
It's a good job inside. Davis working right over the center. He's going to time this perfectly. Gets that hand up right as the ball is coming out. It's a shorter quarterback. And Maddox Madsen listed at 5'10", probably 5'9" and change. And really well done inside by Davis.
They'll run it on 2nd down and 10. Riley. Beautiful hit in the hole by Rashawn Clark, sending the running back airborne. But a gain of 4 that time for Riley. 3rd down and 6.
Press watching this Washington defense. Yeah, they don't have a lot of guys on the all Big Ten team, but they're all just so sound, well coached, understand how they fit in the scheme. They throw different coverages at you. And it's a testament to Ryan Walters. Did an outstanding job as a defensive coordinator at Illinois, went to Purdue as head coach, and back coordinating this defense at Washington. And you've seen a huge improvement with his presence.
Pressure coming, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Malik Sherrod. And so a 3 and out for Boise State, and they'll punt it right back to the Huskies.
It looked like Sherrod was going to be a little bit shy of the 1st down yardage, but allows this ball to get all the way into his chest. You want to see him pluck that football with his hands, and as he goes to the ground, just bounces off his shoulder pads.
Oscar Doyle, who's thrown 2 passes this season, don't think they would fake it inside their own 25, but it is Boise State. You never know. Instead, he got the punt away just in time before it was blocked. It'll be down at the 28-yard line. Kick off your NFL Sunday with the Countdown Crew, as they will have all the stories leading up to kick, including about a game here. The Rams taking on the Lions at SoFi. Sunday NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern. Then Monday Night Football, the improved Dolphins. They're now a game under 500. They take on the Steelers. Peyton and Eli will be on ESPN2. Coverage kicks off with NFL Live 3 Eastern. Then SVP and the Monday Night Countdown Crew at 6 Eastern time. So Washington back on offense early 2nd quarter from its 29-yard line. Some room up the middle for Jonah Coleman. Wrapped up by Max Steege after a gain of 4.
Steege stepped up latter part of the season. Multiple tackles for loss in each of the final 2 games. And a nice job wrapping, getting over the top, and getting that tackle on Coleman. Not seen Washington really be able to line up and just run the football. That was a big question mark coming into the game. Coleman had that 1 run on the perimeter, but there's been not much between the tackles.
36 rushing yards so far on 11 attempts. So about 3 yards a carry. And again, no room for Coleman. Jaden Virgin Morgan, 2nd team All Mountain West Conference, made the hit, and a loss of 1 on the play.
I think he's the best of the defensive linemen. Watch him just get down the line of scrimmage. Stays in his gap, stays upright, squares up at the last minute, makes a nice tackle in the backfield.
Williams with a ton of time. Everybody covered downfield. Great move by Williams to escape the pocket, but he'll get tackled well short of the sticks. Notriani tripped him up in the backfield and eventually taken down by Michael Madry.
What's good initial pressure, though, inside. Braxton Feely, the defensive tackle. He's the one that forced him on Williams to tuck it and become a runner, and just not enough space as Boise's defense continues to be stingy.
Luke Dunn on to punt again. Second time in less than 3 minutes. Sherrod is under it, and the fair catch made at the 26. Future Hall of Famer Rob Gronkowski will join us here in the booth when we come back to SoFi.
What's up, man?
Want the fastest working GLP-1 for half the price? Ro now offers FDA-approved weight loss injections cheaper, so you can see weight loss results faster. Lose 20% of your weight with the formula that hits not one, but 2 hormones for less hunger and faster results. Weight loss, faster. Confidence, higher. Price, cheaper. See if you qualify at ro.co/TV.
It's the Buffalo Wild Wings Pick 6 meal. Whoa! It's the perfect meal for 2.
Ooh, I'm so excited. What else did I get?
That's it.
This was only $19.99.
It's not about what you spend.
Give me that back.
Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
Every Al has something to protect.
I don't think I'm doing this race.
Al Chun.
Can you hand me that pink cup?
Alan Hagen.
I'm not going to spend my retirement on land.
Als who start a business.
She's the boss now.
And pass it down. They've all got something to protect. Whether it's these Als.
It's actually Allie.
Or this perfect little
Jeff.
And with investment, retirement, and insurance know-how.
Look at the camera.
Prudential can help protect your life's work.
There you are.
Who's your rock?
Drumming, all your friends humming, yeah, it's a good time coming. Everything you wanted, it's right here, y'all. Everything you needed, it's right here, y'all. We got the tools bumping, got the kids jumping, yeah, it's a good time coming.
The Triple Treat Box is back, so you can holiday as hard as this guy.
Look who I found on the roof.
Holiday harder with the Triple Treat Box from Pizza Hut.
This place is bigger than I thought.
So we've only got 1 hour. Could you plan us a tour?
I see you're at the Liam Museum. Shall we focus on traditional Korean art?
Well, we are in Korea, so let's do it.
Great. Head to the M1 building to see historic treasures.
This book, isn't it fascinating?
That's not a book. It's a roof tile, often found on the houses of the rich and noble.
Wednesday, December 17th, it's the biggest holiday party of the year. iHeartRadio Jingle Ball featuring Ed Sheeran, Renee Rapp, Alex Warren, The Kid Laroi, Sean Paul, Le'Veon, and more. iHeartRadio Jingle Ball, Wednesday on ABC, next day on Hulu.
The Bucked Up LA Bowl is brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
The Bucked Up LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk, and part of, I assume your hosting duties includes doing anything physical and active. This is not part of the comeback. I know Philip Rivers at age 44 is coming back. You're not here to announce a comeback, right?
No, I'm not here to announce a comeback. I'm here just to, get the crowd going, bring some energy to the table, and just enjoy the LA Bowl here tonight. And it's been a wonderful atmosphere so far, going through the first quarter and now into the second.
So there's a rumor you're not done with all the exercise. I heard there's a race going on with you and a dog. Is that real?
Yes. So 2 years ago, I raced Blitz, and it's the Boise State Broncos mascot. And I beat him, but I got lucky. It was kind of like a default win because he grabbed the tee, and he's so used to going back to the sidelines after he grabs the tee. And that's what he did. Grabbed the tee, went to the sidelines. So I kind of won because of that reason.
So, first of all, why did you get involved with this, and what all are your duties?
Yeah, so my duties are, going to the fan fest before the game, say what's up to all the fans, take some pictures. Oh, we got a good game. What we got? A little screen pass right there. Oh, nice tackle. One-handed tackle. Did you see that? He just threw the guy down.
Great safety.
Yes.
Really good player.
And now I'm announcing here. I'm commentating, so that's part of the duties now, too. That was fun. I feel like Brady in the booth. This is easy. I might have to replace him.
What'd you think about my stance when you were watching over there when I'm watching the game?
Your stance, man, you were getting into it. It was like you were playing like you're back in the day, in your heyday, man. But I appreciate that, and I respect what you were doing, getting involved into the game so you feel the action more. That's what's up.
All right, 3rd down and 7 for Boise on the 30. Madsen And it's knocked away at the last second. Prysock rips it away from Marshall. It's an incomplete pass. 4th down.
What do you see here, Gronk? What'd you see?
Yeah, so number 5, he made a great play there. If he used his body more on the defensive back, because he looks like a bigger receiver than number 7. Number 5, I don't know their last names, but the way that he jumped over him, he could have used his body more like a basketball player to box him out right there. He could have swatted his arms out of the way, too, on the defensive back, and then therefore the DB would have had no chance to make that play. You got to, as a bigger receiver out there, when I was lining up out wide, I always had to use my body because I was never faster than those defensive backs. So that's how I got open. That's why they always say I was always open.
All right, man. Well, listen, we appreciate the time. Thanks for coming by. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
right, man.
Wonderful game so far.
3-3. Back to L.A. in a moment. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Have you heard the story that's about a guy who lives in a bank that is really close by? The Capital One Cafe is his home, no doubt, where customers bank and get their cash out. There's no fees or minimum, so your money stays. Most cafes are open all 7 days.
All 7 days?
This magical place, as some people might call it, is where the Capital One Bank guy says, "What's in your wallet?" Such a lovely tale.
Go all in on luxury with Taco Bell's Luxe Cravings boxes. There's the $5 box, indulgent, the $7 box, extravagant, and the $9 box, indescribable, with the new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla. Choose your Luxe Cravings box only at Taco Bell.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. With Ethos, it's so fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage.
Check your price today at ethos.com.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
It's game time, and we're making a Twisted Tea drop. Twisted Tea fans love football and the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
I can't find the game.
Xfinity has all the best live and streaming games in one place. All you gotta do is speak it into the remote.
Houston Rockets.
See? Magic.
Pepperoni pizza and Reggie Miller.
Oh! Brick oven, extra cheese. And you could bring up Indiana Pacer stats.
What are you gonna do next? Walk on water? Well, then they have all the odds right there.
I'll be watching the game poolside.
Marco!
Polo! Is that my swimsuit? It's like a glove. It's decent.
Time now for a bowl edition of Dusty's Defensive Dudes.
Gronk would have loved this. We just saw one of the dudes, Alex McLaughlin, make a nice play. Sure tackler. He plays with an edge. Versatility. They utilize him all over the field within this defense. We've also seen this man, Ty Benefield, 6'2", 205, flies around, great athleticism. He's become a very physical tackler. And this is a guy, Dave, that was more of a receiver coming out of high school, flipped over his last year of senior season to the defensive side, and he's put the work in. This man practices as hard as anybody this Boise staff has ever seen, and he's played himself into one of the best safeties in college football.
You see there, grew up in Canada. That's because his dad played 13 years in the CFL. So Washington takes over on its 18-yard line. Damon Williams in trouble, but able to get positive yardage again. He is so elusive. Still learning at this level, just 19 years old. Started just 14 games his career coming in, including 2 last year, picks up 4.
Utilizing a little stiff arm here on Bowen Phelps. Very well done by Damon Williams, because that was well defended. Like, they were ready for that. They were all over it, but usually we see Damon Williams make people miss. A little juke, speed, a little stiff arm power there on first down.
Play action, pressure off the edge. Williams does a great job to step up, and my goodness, Denzel Boston waits for it and will walk in for a Washington touchdown. But Damon Williams made that happen, stepping up away from that blitz by Sherrod Smith and a 78-yard touchdown. '22nd touchdown pass of the year for Damon Williams Jr. Boston's 11th touchdown catch. Grady Gross on for the point after. 10-3 Huskies.
Well, Eric Shenander, the defensive coordinator, he's going to get aggressive on this play. He's not just going to bring one, he's going to bring both corners. You'll see corner coming here, corner coming there. Now, deep post route. Watch the safety, Benefield. He's going to get caught up with the tight end DeGraff running across the field. Nobody stays with Denzel Boston. He's wide open, and after Damon Williams sidesteps that pressure from Smith, it's a wide open Denzel Boston. You cannot leave number 12 that wide open on a football field, or Damon Williams is going to make you pay.
Can't leave anybody that open. 30 yards.
It's fair.
Between him and anybody in a white jersey. Longest reception of the season for Washington.
You see that the ability to feel that pressure coming off the edge. You saw Muhammad, the running back, get just enough of Sherrod Smith. Damon Williams steps up and finds the open receiver for the touchdown.
Sherrod will bring this one out for Boise. And he's wrapped up and thrown down at the 25-yard line by Bryant. So far, Maddox Madsen 5 for 10 passing, 38 yards and an interception.
You need to try to find a way to run the football. This was going to be a challenge coming in, but this offense is set up on running the ball and play action. How do you make play action pass work? You've got to be able to run the football. It's a tall task for this offensive line, but they've got to find a way to crack this Washington front.
Madsen off a play fake. Dumps it off to his tight end, Lauder. Up to the 32. A gain of 7. Lauder, 47 catches last year, 32 this season, coming into the bucked up LA Bowl.
Important first down to get that positive yardage, stay in front of the chains. Good drive starting opening play for Boise.
9-4 record for Boise State. Mountain West champs for the 3rd straight year, the first ever in the history of the conference to do it. As Gaines is brought down, but after he got the first down, Jacob Lane on the tackle. It's just the 10th team ever to win their conference 3 consecutive seasons. 7 total Mountain West championship, most in school history, and they'll leave for the Pac-12 next year. And if they get this win, it'll be 20 consecutive 10-win seasons. Excuse me, not consecutive, 20 since 1996. 20 consecutive would be something, though, wouldn't it?
Would be something for sure.
Here's Brown trying to find some room, and he gets to the 41 for about 5.
Well, good job by Brown, making 2 defenders miss. Clark initially looked like he had him. Play was going nowhere. But a nice pickup on first down once again. Thanks, Rainey. Saleh miss first. And it's Rashawn Clark. They can stay in front of the chains. They give themselves a chance. They've done it each of these first 2 first downs.
On 2nd and 4, they run Sherrod. And he'll come up short by a couple yards at the 44. We showed you that graphic just detailing the success of this Boise State program. And it's remarkable since they came to this level, all the different conferences they've been in, yet they continue to have success. And they were in the college football playoff last year as a quarterfinal team. Spencer Danielson in his 3rd season as the head coach. They're 1 of 4 on 3rd down. Need this one here to steal momentum back. They'll keep it on the ground with Gaines. And he's able to get the first down to the 48-yard line. Jacob Manu on the stop.
Good feet here by Gaines, and he's more the power back, but there's nothing play side. Little jump cut, finds just enough space, lowers the shoulder, and the 217-pound running back powers his way for a first down.
Only 7 teams this year had 2 running backs with 700-plus yards. Boise State was one of them. Gaines had 795. Riley just under 1,100 coming into tonight. Matt's into the air, and it's a screen to Lauder, the tight end. And he's into Washington territory. Gets a handful to the 47.
Nice job by Lauder after the catch. Wasn't a whole lot there. Pretty well defended initially by Washington.
Really catch for Lauder on the day.
It's a good drive coming back, Dave, after giving up that big explosive play down the field. And again, good success on first down.
Riley downhill again. Tackled just short of a first down. Thompson on the stop, third down.
Well, it is almost impossible, Dave, to replace a guy like Ashton Jeanty. Was one of the greatest seasons we've seen in college football, and you can't do it with one guy. So they've done it this year with both of these young men, and really together they have combined to have an outstanding season. More speed from Riley and more power from Gaines.
Both from Southern California, high school rivals. They were teammates playing youth football. That pass off target intended for the third running back, Sherrod. And that was just a miss by Madsen. Boise State will keep the offense on the field for fourth down.
And you wish Maddox Madsen could make this throw. He's going to reverse the field. He's got Sherrod open. Manu was trailing in defense. He would have been able to get the first down. And I like this call from Spencer Danielson to go for it here on fourth down.
It's a pass play. Now Madsen takes off, and he's hit very close to the line to gain. Appears to be just short. Alexander, who had the interception, with a big hit.
Well, it is close.
And it's ruled a turnover on downs.
Looked like they wanted to go to 13. Chase Penry. It was well covered by Washington. Maddox tries to see if he can pick it up on his own. Big hit by Alexander. And Maddox Madsen stopped just short. And a big stop from Washington.
Running on empty? Need more energy or focus? Feel like you're hitting a wall? Crack open a Bucked Up. Take a sip, power up, and let the buck in you break loose. Because Bucked Up energy drinks get you fueled up, fired up, amped up, and ramped up. So you can
feel like $1,000,000.
I'm recently separated from my wife. I think that she's seeing someone. Worst case, he surfs.
What I like about you, it comes out of your head, you put it on a piece of paper, and you get up there. It's like therapy.
So I'm the only one who doesn't know you do this?
You know when your wife gets really quiet and you gotta guess what's wrong? Oh, come on. I thought this was a comedy.
Is this thing on?
Next time, a few more jokes.
Rated R.
Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest, live on ABC.
Welcome back here to LA with Washington on top by a touchdown. This defense for Boise State has been good all day except for one play, and that's exactly the message from their star linebacker, Marco Notriani, here on the sideline, telling us, guys, we do not need to freak out now. We have been lights out all day. It was one busted coverage. Just keep doing what we're doing. We're playing well, Dusty.
Yeah, it's exactly right, Taylor. They have. They've played well. They've slowed down this run game. They've been all over Damon Williams, and you can't allow one play to take over your mindset for the rest of this game.
Williams back to throw. Fires complete. Boston a first down catch to the 41 of Boise State for 16 yards.
Well, this was the question coming in. Can Boise State play man-to-man coverage against these wide receivers, in particular Denzel Boston? This time it's 20 Jaden Mickey, and Boston with a good route runs away from the coverage, and a nice pass delivered from Damon Williams.
Boston shaken up. He has been banged up at the end of the season. Now most teams, as here's a run play for Washington down to 34. Most teams have bowl practices and then they play at the end of the month. But certainly for Boise and basically for Washington, it's just another game week. Washington last played 2 weeks ago. Boise played 8 days ago.
Yeah, they played last Friday night, the Mountain West Conference Championship. Nothing changed. It was just an additional game added on to the end of the schedule. And just like you said, as we talked to Jed Fish, he kept this week as normal and like a regular season game week as any.
Play fake. Williams on the move, flips it downfield, and he had a man, but he overthrew DeGraff. Well, a lot of schools, obviously, you've got opt-outs, but no opt-outs from Washington. A couple guys from Boise. There are some Husky players in the portal, though, or expect to be in the portal anyway.
And he's got DeGraff wide open, just kind of airmails that. He could have elected to run, could have easily picked up the first down, saw his wide open tight end, and just missed the mark. See there at the end of that, he knows, man, he had that. Got to be able to make that throw.
They started 3 for 3 on third down, but 0 for their last 3. This is 3rd and 5. This would be a big stop for Boise if it can get it. And they will keep it on the ground, and it's a first down for Jonah Coleman down to the 25-yard line.
Watch the true freshman John Mills right here. Going to open this hole. Does an excellent job kicking the defensive tackle out. And a big hole opens up the center, also picking up the blitzing linebacker, Zachary Henning. The interior of that Washington offensive line creates some space, and Jonah Coleman makes them pay. Nice pickup.
You mentioned Mills. His grandfather, Joe Ryan, was on the Washington Rose Bowl team back in the mid-60s. DeGraff out in space. Ankle tackled by Phelps, but after a gain of 8 on first down.
This Washington offense starting to get rolling a little bit here. A lot of success. Boise State a little bit on their heels. Seen more missed tackles on this drive than we saw the majority of this first half.
178 yards of offense for Washington, 88 for Boise. A turnover on an interception and a turnover on downs for the Broncos. Off the right edge, Washington inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for Washington at the 7-yard line.
Boy, excellent job right here. And then watch the receiver on the right. Roebuck, the true freshman wide receiver, does a nice job sealing that edge. You see also 7 coming up, Raiden Vines-Bright. 2 different wide receivers doing a nice job. That offensive line, and with that burst from Jordan Washington, very apparent as he got to the perimeter.
Washington could snap it and will before the 2-minute timeout on the bootleg. Williams outside the pocket, throws, and it's caught for a touchdown. The true freshman Desmond Roebuck.
Did he get in? Desmond Roebuck, knee touches, yep. Forearms underneath it, outstanding job by Desmond Roebuck, who's had a sensational freshman season so far. What I love, you see him blocking on the perimeter the play before, and then great concentration going to the ground, completing the process of that catch.
Best freshman season for a wide receiver in 25 seasons for the Huskies. And that's back-to-back touchdown passes for Damon Williams. Gross on for the extra point. And it's 17-3.
And it's Desmond Roebuck who's got outstanding hands. Watch him right here, just gonna work all the way across. Again, man-to-man coverage. This time, it's Ty Benefield, the outstanding safety. The little shake created the separation, and then concentration making the catch. It's all Huskies right now.
Zepbound may help in your weight loss journey. Once weekly Zepbound helps adults with obesity lose weight and keep it off.
Don't take if allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, depression, or suicidal thoughts before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems.
Ask your healthcare provider about once weekly Zepbound and check your coverage today at zepbound.com.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer.
Good to go.
But getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace, no trouble. Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
I get it. It's hard to change. Me? I'm pretty loyal. I've been on the same team for 17 years. Same coach for 11. Never switched my number once. And I start every warm-up with a pass from the same guy. What's up, Curtis? And I shoot from the same spot every time. So you can imagine how good something has to be for me to change.
Can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it with the big bad dough. Come on. Don't I make it look easy? Don't I make it look good? Yeah.
At Burger King, you write the rules of value.
New rule number 82. Everyone gets what they want. Now we choose the deal. So I get exactly what I want, and so does the Picky Princess.
There's something for everyone with the $5 duo or $7 trio.
The KFC halftime report is on the way. Coming up, high drama in Army-Navy, plus getting ready for another brawl of the wild. Ronnie, two good offenses. Where's Boise's?
Well, Boise hasn't been able to run the football. Only 37 yards rushing in the first half. They got to get something going on the ground.
That's true, Roddy, but you know what? Boise needs some points here right before the end of the first half. Get them some momentum going into the second half.
We'll see if that happens. Dave and Dusty will also see at the half.
And I'm sure you guys will also touch on the Heisman Trophy winner, Fernando Mendoza, the first Indiana player in school history, and they are the #1 seed heading into the college football playoff. Be a touchback and come out to the 25. Take a look at tonight's clutch delivery brought to you by Chipotle.
When we expected coming in, Damon Williams would be that guy. This is a long third down. Man-to-man coverage. They lose contain. You see the speed on the perimeter from Damon Williams. How about the little stiff arm to the ground and a couple of touchdown tosses. Feels that pressure, steps up, delivers it to Denzel Boston down the field. And I love this, getting him on the move. I mean, he's running full speed and fires a strike to Roebuck for the touchdown.
Penalty marker down as Boise's back in offense.
72 offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's on the center, Zach Holmes. So 3 timeouts left for both teams. So if Boise can't move the ball, Washington will use some timeouts. Damon Williams got off to a slow start, but 4 of 5, 2 touchdowns since, just 3 incompletions, 2 throwaways and a drop. Madsen stepping up, ball batted in the air and incomplete. So 2nd down and 15.
X-Ray Alexander gets his hand on this football. You see Madsen tries to flip that from about his midsection, and nice job by X-Ray Alexander. We saw him with the interception earlier and a nice pass breakup.
Madsen moving to his left. Everybody covered. He just throws a jump ball, and it's intercepted. Just a terrible pass. Clark picks it off. Well, Madsen has not made those kind of decisions this year. He did have pressure in his face from Isaiah Ward.
Just a mistake that you can't have happen. The pressure's there from Isaiah Ward, as you mentioned, Dave, but he just throws up a prayer. And it's a great job by Rashawn Clark going attacking the football, but got to take better care of the football. And now before halftime, you give this Huskies offense a short field. They're coming off of back-to-back touchdown drives. Costly mistake there for Maddox Madsen.
Yeah, when you don't have the personnel in terms of size to match up with a Big Ten team, you can't turn the ball over twice. And you can't turn the ball over on downs. But Boise State has done that here in the first half. And in danger of this thing getting away from them here before the end of the 2nd quarter.
Sudden change. Don't be surprised if they try to take a shot.
Williams stepping up, looking downfield, and it's caught inside the 20. Chris Lawson, 10th catch of the year, a true freshman.
And they are just struggling to keep up with these wide receivers of Washington. A nice job of stepping up by Damon Williams. Keeps his eyes down the field. And that separation created by Lawson. And an easy pitch and catch.
And Washington will get the ball to start the 2nd half. 18-yard gain. 1st down on the 17 of Boise. On the cutback, Coleman hand fighting with the defenders inside the 10 and out of bounds inside the 5. But what a run by Jonah Coleman. You can see why a lot of scouts are really high on the senior from Stockton, California.
You see the power here. He's going to stiff arm Irby, the corner, and then accelerate to the perimeter. Told you he kind of reminds me of a David Montgomery, the way he's built, the way he plays. A lot to like about Jonah Coleman. I'd expect them to give him the football. You know they want him to get in the end zone.
Instead, Williams to throw, and perfect pass caught for a touchdown by Vines Bright. 3 straight touchdown throws from Damon Williams.
I mean, you can't throw this any better for Damon Williams. And another true freshman, the 3rd true freshman receiver we've mentioned. This time Vines Bright. He had not found the end zone all season, and he does for the first time here today. Wins on the route, and a dime delivered from Damon Williams as Washington pushes this to a 3-touchdown lead.
3 straight touchdown passes, all to different receivers. And it's 24-3. Let's check in with Taylor.
Dave, Damon Williams has an idea of exactly what Boise State is trying to do defensively. Before going out for this touchdown, he was on the sideline with Jed Fish looking over iPad video, and he was saying to Coach Fish, look what they're doing. How about we go with this? He then took the iPad, went to his tight ends, Decker DeGraff, and Quentin Moore was explaining exactly what he wanted from them, took the iPad from there and went to his receivers and said, be ready for X, Y, and Z. So he almost called exactly what we just saw play out on the field, guys.
I love that, Taylor. And I was talking with some of the staff on the field before the game, and they said mentally, Damon Williams is so advanced. He's only 19 years old, but I was being told that he knows this offense as well or better than the coaches. And so exactly what you're talking about. He identified something defensively. He went to Jed Fish, said, this is what I like. And a touchdown is the end result. But his recall and his ability to diagnose the defense within what they want to do offensively really coming to light here in this first half.
A rising star that teams in the Big Ten will have to deal with the next couple seasons. Well, for 20 years, All-State has celebrated every field goal and extra point made at participating universities by donating to the university's athletic scholarship fund, supporting all student athletes. Thank you to All-State.
You said off the top that, you know, as we talked about Fernando Mendoza winning the Heisman Trophy and Damon Williams, potentially a Heisman Trophy candidate heading into next season, this is a great way to put an exclamation point on what's been a really, really impressive sophomore season.
And a nice bounce back after he struggled in the loss to Oregon. Already more yards in this game than he had in all of that game. Madsen running here and gets out of bounds. Minute 12 on the clock, 3 timeouts. But again, Washington still has 3 timeouts. So if they can't get a first down, the offense might get it back again.
Boise State has not been able to push the football down the field at all. Most of these targets we've seen today have been to tight ends. They've been short. They've been underneath. Just really not much of a vertical passing game to speak of. And now down 3 scores, you're going to have to find a way to push the ball down the field and create some success.
In trouble. Madsen sacked back at the 25-yard line by Lane and Davis. And Madsen slow to get up after the 5-yard loss.
I want you to watch Jacob Lane with his hands. Watch him swipe the hands of the offensive tackle, get that rip up and bend the edge, and get to the quarterback. Pressure off the edge. You also mentioned Davis in the middle. And now a hobbled Maddox Madsen as he gets off the turf.
And that's an injury, that lower leg, that cost him 3 games during the season. He returned, helped them win the Mountain West Championship, playing through injury here today.
Well, the Washington defense has been stout here today. Little inside twist. You'll see Thompson come over the top this early in the game just to create that pressure and uncomfort for Madsen in the pocket. X-Ray Alexander bails, gets right in the throwing lane. Get a big 4th down stop once again. X-Ray Alexander making that play. And this is just something that can happen. The pressure in the face, just throws the football, puts it in harm's way, and the second takeaway of this first half for Washington.
Washington with 2 timeouts left, so if they can get a stop here, we'll get the ball back with enough time to get in field goal range. Madsen has had some drops from receivers, but 2 interceptions, just 51 passing yards. Got to get to the 35. And batted down at the line of scrimmage. Uiagalelei was there for Washington with the bat down, and it's 4th and 10. Washington's offense will get it.
Second batted pass we've seen here in this first half, and this is just smart by Uiagalelei, shutting that rush down. He feels the pass is coming, get the right arm up. We mentioned the height of Maddox Madsen, an issue there again.
Roebuck is the return man, and the signal and the catch at the 32. We are just the start of a lineup filled with bowl games throughout the holiday season. On Tuesday, it's the IS-4S salute to Veterans Bowl between Troy and Jacksonville State. 9 p.m. on ESPN. Great finish in the Celebration Bowl today. South Carolina State winning that earlier on ABC. And tonight, Washington in front of Boise 24-3 and looking for more.
No, it wasn't a bowl game, but it's America's game. It's a great finish in that Army-Navy game. Navy sneaks it out, 17-16 victory.
Kevin and company will have the highlights and breakdown of that coming up at halftime. Screen to Evans. And brought down immediately by Steege. No gain. Washington will hang on to a timeout. The clock moving 40 seconds and counting. Williams to the sideline. Got to get out of bounds, and eventually Evans does. In Boise territory at the 48-yard line, stopping the clock with 30 seconds to go.
Go out of man, play a little bit more soft zone. Good route there by Amari Evans. And Damon Williams fires a strike once again. He is locked in here tonight, Dave.
165 passing yards, 12 of 16 through the air, 3 touchdowns. Back to work. Williams pressured, throws on the run, and throws it out of play, trying to hit Denzel Boston. Could easily be 31-3. Remember, Boston dropped what would have been a touchdown. Just his second drop of the season. To your point about how good Damon Williams has been, he has not really had many mistakes in this first half. And he's pretty accurate during the regular season. 70% completion rate, second in the conference in total offense. First full season as a starter. A couple of starts as an 18-year-old last year, including the bowl game. Flag is down on the swing pass to finds Bright, who just caught the touchdown. Clock stops at 19 seconds at the Boise 40, but let's see what the flag's about.
Illegal formation. One of the 4 players in the backfield of the snap. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And there's got to be a lot of excitement heading in the next season. If 4 in the backfield there, the illegal formation, but there's got to be a lot of excitement here, Dave, about the future. Sophomore quarterback, you got 3 talented true freshman wide receivers. We haven't mentioned Adam Muhammad much today, but he's a huge piece of this offense heading into next season.
There's a flag before the snap. Now the clock was running, so that'd be a 10-second runoff unless there's a timeout used here.
False start. Not all 11 players were set. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down. This foul includes a 10-second runoff. Please set the game clock to 2 seconds. The clock will start on my signal.
Mistakes here to close out the half. Looked like they would have an opportunity, Dave, to get into field goal range, try to tack on some more points.
Clock runs on the ready for play, and the half comes to an end. 24-3, and Washington will get the ball when the second half gets underway. Huskies trying to finish the year 9-4. And Damon Williams, a brilliant opening half with 3 touchdowns and just 5 incompletions. Here's Taylor.
Thank you. Coach, I saw you having conversations with Damon. What are the things you guys were discussing that allowed him to completely open up in the second quarter?
Yeah, I just, we all settled down. It wasn't just Damon. It was the whole group. We needed just to settle down a little bit. I think we were a little too excited to play the game. We stopped making plays we normally make. So it was good to see us play in the second half.
Yeah, and your defense able to completely get them out of rhythm. What is allowed for that?
Yeah, I think our defense is playing outstanding right now. So if we can continue to play like that, we're in a great spot.
Thank you, Coach. Okay, Dave?
Yeah, terrific first half. Only 88 yards for Boise State on offense, and Washington hits offense at 249 with Damon Williams throwing for 3 first half touchdowns. Time now for the KFC halftime report. Kevin Connors, EJ Manuel, Roddy Jones. Fellas.
Dave, some wow moments in that second quarter for Washington. KFC halftime report. Kev, Roddy, and EJ. We had a Heisman Trophy awarded to a Big Ten quarterback tonight. And before it's all said and done, Roddy, Damon Williams may find himself in that conversation.
He very well may. 3 first-half touchdowns. He's done it with his legs as well. I mean, he is one of the most exciting and dynamic players in the entire country. And, EJ, this time next year, he could be sitting in New York.
Absolutely. And I even remember Damon Williams last year, guys, toward this point of the season, having a really strong finish. But the thing I love the most tonight is he's accurate, he's decisive, and he's even making decisions on the sideline with Coach Jeff Fish. Hey, Coach, I see this play, I see that play. And then he's out there executing it on the field.
Too many mistakes for Boise, too. 2 turnovers, 3 points in that first half. A lot of work to do in the second half. When we come back, history made in New York City tonight. How Fernando Mendoza went from under-recruited QB to Heisman Trophy winner.
And Doug.
There it is, Limu, the 50-yard line. Soon we'll be telling the whole stadium how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance. To save people hundreds! Whoa! Ah! Looks like we're walking.
We'll get him at halftime. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Zane, he's king of the ping.
Hi, Zane.
For every one sentence spoken on a call, he has 3 comments, 2 memes, and 4 emojis to contribute. A flood of positivity during every single meeting.
Thanks, Zane.
But oh, how his passion for product management takes your team from level 0 to level Zane. You need Zane. Zane needs benefits. Work with Principal so we can help you help Zane with a retirement and benefits plan that's right for him. Let our expertise round out yours.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. It's finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. Because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
Welcome to the KFC Halftime Report.
The incredible story of Fernando Mendoza added another chapter tonight when the Indiana quarterback won the Heisman Trophy. It's the first in IU history. Mendoza, the first Cuban American to win the award. Lightly recruited out of South Florida, the Cal transfer joins the most exclusive club in all of college football.
To my linemen who protected me, every receiver and tight end that bailed me out and made me look good, to every running back who fought for more yards, and to our defense that gave us that heart, swagger, and more second chances than we definitely deserved. This trophy might have my name on it, but it belongs to all of you. It belongs the first time in Bloomington. Playing in front of Hoosier Nation is one of the greatest privileges of my life, and I'll carry that forever.
He's impossible not to root for. Guys, most votes since Joe Burrow.
It's incredible. I mean, he ran away with this thing, and we were going back and forth on who we thought could be in the running. Turns out nobody was in the running. It was just Fernando Mendoza.
Absolutely. And I also think there's a likability factor to these votes as well. I mean, when you listen to Fernando talk in a post game, whether it's a win, certainly a lot of wins this year, but even back when he was at Cal after some losses, very gracious as a competitor. He's had a hell of a season.
Several Heisman trophies between Army and Navy over the years. The 126th playing of the best rivalry in sports. EJ, senior quarterback Blake Horvath put together another great game for Navy.
He absolutely did, Casey, and a lot of it was with his legs, his ability to keep those legs turning. He's not a big guy, but he's strong enough, especially down here in the low red, to run in for a touchdown.
Made it 7-0, but Roddy Cale Helms ran for 100 yards for Army.
It was an impressive performance by the Army quarterback as well. 25 carries, 100 yards, and that touchdown. Too many mistakes, though, for Army down the stretch.
Biggest play of the game, 4th and 6. That's the most prolific receiver in Navy history, Eli Heidenreich.
Yeah, Horvath to Heidenreich the entire season has been the connection. Maybe one of the best in the country that hasn't been talked about.
Midshipmen get to 10-2. They'll play in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl against Cincinnati. As for the Celebration Bowl, a classic in Atlanta today. Second overtime tied at 38. EJ Diego Alfaro, 31 yards for the win.
It looks like it's good off the foot, and it just hooks to the right just a little bit. We're going to extra innings, KC.
Right, 4th overtime. South Carolina State's Ryan Stubblefield to Tyler Smith. Roddy, it's ruled a successful conversion.
Called a touchdown on the field, called a conversion on the field. Upon replay, didn't look like he got that ball inside the pylon across the goal line, but they could not overturn it. Call was upheld.
So Prairie View a chance to tie it. Cam Peters, but that's blown up.
Yeah, it's a dead play from the start. South Carolina State, you got to take your hat off to them. They win a national title.
Largest comeback in the Celebration Bowl's history. And we take now a look at some top games to watch with our Capital One Bowl Mania update. Some dual threat QBs and that staff DNA Cure Bowl.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game. ODU, South Florida. You got Byron Brown for the Bulls. Guys, he has been a legend there for USF. And also Mac Harris, outstanding linebacker, 100 tackles on the season.
We will take a look at the FCS quarterfinal games when we come back.
This halftime report is presented by KFC's BOGO Famous Bowl Combo, a guaranteed watch party win. Only available via the KFC app and online for a limited time.
The Colonel was obsessed with making the perfect flaky holiday pot pie ever since he was gifted his very first spork. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. The best $4.99 you'll spend this season. KFC's Chicken Pot Pie.
I'm the guy sitting next to your girl on the kiss cam.
And this game just got a lot more interesting.
Sheila? Mom?
Fire!
And if you don't have the right home coverage, you might have to kiss your savings goodbye. Let's go, beat it. Switch to Allstate and you could save hundreds. What are you waiting for? Make your move before I do.
Dr. Pepper presents a Playoff-uary special.
Happy Playoff-uary!
31 days of playoff football.
Not for Tech. I didn't make the playoff this year. Hey, Mr. Platypus. Got you a Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. Wait.
Tech stinks!
Guys, come on, stop!
That's for planting your flag on our turf. We're just kidding.
Happy Playoff-uary!
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
Arthritis causes pain in your joints. Unlike pills, Voltaren gel is applied to the site of pain, penetrating deep through the skin to the joint, reducing intense pain caused by inflammation so you can move more freely. Voltaren, clinically proven long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
Why do people come to the University of Washington? They come here to find people who will inspire them, move them, change them. They come to solve big problems and prepare for careers where they can make a difference. They come to cheer on their Huskies in the greatest setting in college football. If you want to change the world, this is where you start. For passion, for possibility, be boundless.
You guys still do the victory dance after you save someone?
We're doctors. Give us some credit.
These moments
We cleared 10 cases.
In a week.
are made for celebrating. For the journey.
All that money I spent on dance lessons. What a waste.
And the victory.
This is the NFL Playoffs.
Trust us, we know. The NFL Playoffs on ABC and ESPN.
This week on Sunday NFL Countdown, before the Patriots battle the Bills, see why competition is in Drake May's blood. Plus, how Dak Prescott made his biggest impact off the field, and what to expect from Phillip Rivers' improbable comeback. It's Sunday NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Welcome back to the KFC Halftime Report.
This time of night, matter of fact, we could go for some. The KFC Halftime Report, Kev, Ronnie, and EJ. Playoff football in Missoula is magic. Balmy conditions today for Keali'i Ayat to throw for 305 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And most of that was to Michael Wortham, who had 201 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, including that incredible adjustment for a touchdown.
EJ, the Grizz have gone over 50 in both of their playoff games.
Yeah, and they're going to continue to roll. Ayat is an absolute leader. And then Wortham, like Roddy said, able to do it all right there on a jet sweep running.
More on Montana after their big win. Illinois State followed up the stunning upset of top seed North Dakota State with a 42-point offensive showcase against UC Davis.
How about this bomb? The physicality down the field to make the catch and then finish in the end zone. We've got a true Cinderella in this tournament, knocking off the number 1 seed, now knocking off UC Davis and going to the semifinal.
3 TD passes for Tommy Rittenhouse. Tarleton State jumped on Villanova. 80-yard haymaker Victor Gabalis to Peyton Kramer.
A great throw by Gabalis, and Kramer does the rest of the work with the speed, not just holding in the catch, runs it in for a touchdown.
But Roddy, Jabril Mace ran for 151.
Yeah, a great cut. He makes the safety miss. He's able to get in the end zone. A lot of Villanova's success came on the legs of Jabril Mace.
Pat McQuaid threw for 1 touchdown, EJ. It was to Braden Reed.
Yeah, and McQuaid did a really good job of keeping his poise. Had a rough first half, but in the second half cleaned it up. Ultimately got them to win 26-21.
Villanova headed to the semifinals to get Illinois State. The Brawl of the Wild Part 2, Ronnie. The Bobcats took round 1.
And maybe the Grizz can get round 2. On the road, though, it's going to be tough.
This halftime report is presented by KFC's BOGO Famous Bowl Combo, a guaranteed watch party win. Only available via the KFC app and online for a limited time.
After the Colonel made his hot and spicy wings, he needed the perfect pairing. So he invented the potato. No need to look that up, it's true. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. Backed by obsessive demand, KFC wings and wedges.
You made the nice list, kid.
Thank you, Santa.
Paige.
In the flesh.
Rookie of the year.
Nice list. Swishmas came early this year.
Santa.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Bryson kept you cool. Very nice.
Yes!
Santa.
CeeDee Lamb breaking those DB's ankles is not very nice, but those routes sure are. Maybe next year, Mr. Green.
Again?
For everyone on your nice list.
Power through the holidays with Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the #1 longest-lasting AA battery.
Right after turkey and through the new year, it's bowl season today. From big city lights to cold, snowy nights, it's bowl season today. Our gridiron dreams bring us here for our teams, where the fans tailgate and we all celebrate that it's bowl season today. Happy bowl season, everybody.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
Is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
I'm a big dog, real talk, heart cold, yeah, won't thaw. Big drop, stay drip with a bad.
I'm back, baby.
Do you know who those people are?
No.
Yeah, maybe try a different approach.
Maybe a little bit more like Dr. Cox.
Oh.
Listen up, newbies. Really super start there, Scooter.
Leave Bambi alone.
It's good to be back.
Why are you standing like that?
I don't know, it felt heroic.
Oh,
Try it.
Oh, that does feel heroic. I like it.
Pandemonium in here.
Unbelievable.
This is what makes this sport so amazing. The college football playoff first round begins Friday, December 19th and continues Saturday, December 20th.
Couple of regular season rematches, 2 matchups that on paper figure to be one-sided, but don't tell James Madison. And EJ, a Tulane team that surrendered 548 yards and 45 points to Ole Miss.
Yeah, KC, Tulane's really going to have to harp on the deep throws, but also the running ability of Trinidad Chambliss at quarterback. In that first matchup, Chambliss had 112 yards on the ground. No touchdowns, but certainly Kewan Lacey, the other running back there, had 2 on the ground. It's going to be a big key, that front 7, to contain Chambliss and not give up the explosive run.
And then, EJ, the other matchup in the first round that's a rematch, Oklahoma, Alabama. Alabama turned the ball over 3 times, and despite outgaining Oklahoma by almost 200 yards, ended up losing by 2 points. They've got to cut out the turnovers, and they've got to shore up the pass protection. Oklahoma did a great job of figuring out ways to get pressure on Ty Simpson, and that caused those turnovers.
We've been counting it down all season. Game day has you covered at both sites. Friday, they'll be in Norman, Oklahoma. Saturday morning, College Station for the opening round college football playoff games. The Huskies get the second half kick. It's coming up next.
We are here, in the medicine that keeps your family healthy, in the food on your table, in the discoveries that drive the nation and economy forward. We've always been here, in the solutions shaping a better future across the country in every corner of life. Researching, teaching, solving, innovating, on campus, in your community. Every day, we are here.
Fire is the only pure thing in this world.
Burn them all.
You've seen what they can do.
Whatever happens, you keep the kids safe. You swear to me. The day has come. Avatar Fire and Dash, rated PG-13. Get tickets now.
watching Capital One Bowl Mania.
Welcome back to the Bucked Up LA Bowl as part of Capital One Bowl Mania. 24 unanswered points by Washington after Boise State got an early field goal. It is all Huskies as we get ready for the second half. Our game track brought to you by Coca-Cola. Damon Williams Jr., 3 passing touchdowns, most in a half of a bowl game in the last 20 years. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, and Taylor McGregor. Dusty, we've seen snapshots of greatness from Damon Williams throughout this season. Again here tonight, showing once again that he could be a threat maybe to be in the Big Ten Player of the Year conversation, maybe even the Heisman conversation next year.
You expect he's just going to keep getting better and better. And tonight, he's been excellent. From the pocket, on the move, really anything he's done, running the football, extending plays, as we kind of anticipated coming into tonight. The problem, Boise State cannot keep up with these receivers of Washington, and Damon Williams has been accurate, and he's really making them pay.
Short kick, fielded at the 10-yard line. That's Alexander on the return. And he's out to the 30. Let's check in with Taylor.
Dave, Maddox Madsen's day is done. Coach Spencer Danielson telling me now it's Max Cutforth. They felt like Maddox had battled, but it was just too much. So we saw him come out of the half with a boot on that right foot, the injury he had been dealing with previously. So it's now Max's game. But defensively, that's where Spencer Danielson said there has to be improvement. They really struggled in man-to-man coverage. So he said we would like to see them hold up in leverage in those situations, and they have to get home on 2.
Let's go back to Madsen for a second, because as Taylor mentioned, the injury that he came back from, they thought he was out for the year when he got hurt. And he told us when we spoke to him this week that he risked re-injuring it by playing tonight, and he may have just done that as you saw the foot in the boot. Washington on first down runs Coleman, and he gets nothing.
Yeah, I give a lot of respect to Maddox Madsen just for making it back, helping lead his team to a conference championship. Wanted to do everything he could to play in that game, and he wanted to be out here tonight. And so I give him a ton of respect. And we saw late in that first half, after he got hit, he was hobbled a little bit, and clearly just too much for him to be able to deal with the pain from that foot as he comes out in the boot.
Only 51 passing yards and 2 interceptions for Madsen in that first half. 2nd and 10 for the Huskies. Williams on the boot, dumps it off to Boston, and he picks up about 4. Irby and Nociani team up on the tackle. That is 6 catches now for Boston, 122 yards, and that 78-yard touchdown.
Good job by Irby in the open field, getting on the legs of Denzel Boston. More yards today for Boston receiving than Boise as an offense.
And he's playing through injury as well, banged up towards the end of the regular season. Give him credit as well. He's a potential first-round draft pick out here playing in a bowl game, risking further injury. On 3rd down and 6, Williams steps up, takes off, and gets a first down. He gets belted by Zion Washington, but still able to move the sticks.
You have to be so aware of where he's at. We talked about this from the onset, and it's right here. He identifies this lane. Now watch the burst. Whenever he declares, I'm going to be a runner, he hits another gear, pushes forward, and picks up enough to get a first down.
Six rushing touchdowns during the season. Off play action and taking a shot just over the outstretched arms of Omari Evans. Irby in coverage.
A good job by Irby. He's running pretty much stride for stride. This pass a little bit overthrown. Just overshoots Omari Evans. But we've seen these DBs get beat quite a bit here tonight in man-to-man situations, but it's well done there on first down.
They'll run Coleman, and he gets a first down and more. Finally brought down at the 32. Gain of 25.
Well, watch the left side of this offensive line. It's Carver Willis and John Mills, 50 here and 72. Just going to do a great job making a massive hole. You see Mills get up to the second level on the linebacker. Nice kick out there by Carver Willis. And a big pickup for Jonah Coleman. Runs through an arm tackle.
Williams off play action. Airing it out. And it's caught for a touchdown by Quentin Moore. His first of the year. Fourth touchdown pass for Damon Williams. Penalty marker down. But the kicking team is out there for Washington.
The result of the play is a touchdown. At the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 88, Washington. That penalty when enforced on the kickoff.
So that's on Moore for the post-touchdown celebration. Gross on for the point after. Flag down.
False start, number 73, offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat try.
Gross will try it again to push the lead to 31-3.
Well, it's a hard play action on the outside zone. Watch Quentin Moore. It's going to be right here. He's going to fake like he's going to block, run the wheel. Jake Ripp, the linebacker, he's got him in man-to-man. He bites on the run initially, recovers, but it's Moore with the step, and it's Damon Williams Jr. with another perfect pass. And a Gronk spike here at the Bucked Up LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk.
But a penalty.
You know, Ryan, if you weren't slinging Bucked Up products, I bet you would have been a pretty good quarterback.
I know we're the title partner, so you don't need to hype me up like that.
No, seriously, I think you fit the part.
Okay, go on.
The perfect spiral.
You know, Gronk, I think you'd make a great host.
Thanks. I agree.
Looking for a reason to try the $5 McChicken meal deal with McValue? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5. That's everything you get with the $5 McChicken meal deal with McValue.
Christmas night on Prime has a massive AFC West showdown. St. Nick's and the Broncos meet Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs under the holiday lights at Arrowhead.
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown. Made it look easy.
Broncos, Chiefs.
Pass caught. Touchdown.
Christmas night. 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
The Eckrich home.
Is that the original Eckrich smoked sausage? Have you tried the turkey rope? Beef ropes. Andouille. Jalapeno cheddar. A little smoky.
Eckrich, the sausage that takes you home.
When you feel the spark of adventure and you're ready to light up the road, Enterprise is here, exactly where you need us. Every mile comes alive when you start your journey with Enterprise. We're here for it. See Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Next week, Good Morning America's serving up some supreme talent with Timothy Chalamet.
It just makes you feel great.
And Gwyneth Paltrow and Fran Drescher live. Plus, things are getting strange on Good Morning America.
Let's bring in our rules analyst, Bill LaMagna. Bill, should this have been a penalty? We're judging levels of spiking now, aren't we?
Yeah, that's a pretty hard spike. You got a player nearby there too.
So it's a little over the edge on the celebration. And I'm all for letting the players have some fun and all that. It's a little over the edge, so I understand why it was called.
The Gronk series, trying to honor Gronk.
It's the Gronk. I mean, it's hosted by Gronk. And there are different variations of spiking.
Well, you know, the guys that just spin the ball, stuff like that, and there's no opponent in the area, they're going to leave that stuff go. But this one, he went over the edge on this one.
Number 8.
Okay.
Well, this is why Bill LeMonnier is not only one of the best rules analysts of all time. He was a great referee in the Big Ten for 2 decades, and he also worked one of the greatest bowl games ever. You see him there, the referee at the bottom of your screen, in the Boise State Oklahoma Fiesta Bowl back in 2007. So you're watching the Statue of Liberty play as they go for 2. What's going through your mind when you see this?
Well, the first thing was that 41 never moved up to be in a blocking position for a pass. So it just opened up right to me that I saw it was going to be a quick handoff. Unfortunately, the defense didn't see it.
And that still ticks off former Sooner Dusty Dvorak as Dylan Riley gets the carry. There's Bill.
Bill LeMonnier
here. One of the interesting things was before the game when I talked to Coach Pedersen, I asked him if he had any unusual plays that we should know about. And he said, nothing you haven't seen before. Well, he was right. I just never saw all of them in one game.
Do coaches usually actually tell you guys? Because they're never going to tell the broadcasters. Do they tell the officials if a trick play
Once
like
in a
that
while
is
they
coming?
will. Once in a while, if they had something, they want to make sure something's legal. But Coach Peterson was he's a pretty private person about that, and he wasn't going to let anything out of the bag.
Yeah, he never told us anything all those years in those productive meetings either.
Roughing the passer, number 9. Defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So Jacob Manu called for roughing the passer on Max Cutforth, who's in the game for the injured Maddox Madsen. Latrell Capel is shaken up at receiver for Boise.
Jacob Manu playing tonight. Saw him making several plays well late. Wasn't a lot there with it.
Max Cutforth, former walk-on from the Boise area. Started 3 games when Madsen went out with injury, lost to San Diego State, beat Colorado State, and then beat Utah State by 1. And then once Madsen came back, they ended up winning the Mountain West Championship. Cutforth had no shot that time. As defenders meet at the quarterback, Zach Durfee there first.
Well, you're going to see a stunt here, and then you're also going to see Durfee off the edge, and pretty much everybody comes clean. 90 on the inside, Durfee off the edge. Also got Jacob Lane was winning as well. It's a quarterback sandwich right there on Max Cutforth, and a really good job by the front of Washington.
So an 8-yard loss, 2nd and 18. Boise led 3-0, but down 31-3 early in the 3rd quarter. Next year, it's off to the Pac-12 for the Broncos. Cutforth trying to set up a screen to the tight end Lauder. Upended at the 32-yard line, so a 13-yard gain.
Important, just make it now 3rd and manageable. Put yourself in position to try to pick up this first down.
2 for 7 on 3rd down so far. 3 straight Mountain West championships for Boise State, but barring a remarkable turnaround, it's going to be a 5-loss season. Blowout losses to South Florida, Notre Dame, Fresno, and tonight. And a 10-point loss to San Diego State off the hands of Marshall. And so it is 4th down.
Well, this has been an issue for Chris Marshall this season. Really, this Boise State offense. They've had a lot of drops throughout the course of the season. And this is a ball right on his hands that he needs to be able to come down with. He's right there at the sticks. Got a lot of talent, but you got to be able to catch the football.
On a 4th down from their own 32 this early in the 2nd half, electing to punt it away. Oscar Doyle. And Roebuck is the deep man for Washington. And the fair catch made at the 27-yard line. back to Los Angeles after this timeout.
I am the fire!
Get your 3D tickets now for the greatest chapter of the biggest saga in history.
Whatever happens, protect this family.
Critics rave it's by far the best Avatar movie.
If your father and I do not return, go as far and as fast as you can.
Avatar Fire and Ash, rated PG-13. Get tickets now.
Christy is stressed. Her headlight just went out before practice. So she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner, Jonathan, helps her find the right headlight in no time at all, so she can see clearly and get on her way. So she makes it to practice early. Like, really early. No stress, just the right products and friendly service.
In the zone, AutoZone.
Bud Light here! Got a fresh Bud Light here, don't need you. Probably gonna need a Bud Light soon, so don't go too far though, hey? I am close by! Said that last time, but you were wandering around. I won't go far! Yeah, I don't believe it. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light.
I thought you worked in his house.
Oh, I'm wherever he needs to fuel up. Oh, Cantina chicken burrito.
Thanks, Todd.
That's the way to do it.
You know what? Let me actually get something to wash that down with, please.
Yeah, I got you.
Easy. Appreciate it.
You've made a powerful enemy, Todd.
I didn't mean
The new iPhone 17 Pro?
Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us when you trade in your old iPhone. Any condition, most expensive plan not required. Plus, switch and we'll pay off your phone balance up to $800 per line.
Race you. Race you on dirt, sand, snow. Race you through this, over that, all day, all night. Race you on 4 wheels. 1 wheel. How about no wheels? Race you with the world watching. This guy watching. Race you to the summit. Maybe not that summit. To sub 7. Any event, any terrain, anytime. Race you.
Well, one of the things that a lot of the players did this week to get involved in the Los Angeles community was helping out at Altadena Arts Magnet, a school that didn't burn down but located in the epicenter of the burn zone, with 30% of their families experiencing total home loss due to the Eaton fire and 90% of the school families being displaced. We talk a lot about players opting out and whether bowl games should continue. It's great for the players on the field, but also the community involvement and what it means to the people in the city where the bowl game is taking place. That activity and involvement by the players goes a long way.
Absolutely. Goes a long way for those people still trying to fight their way back, and for these players to get out there into the community and help make a difference, put smiles on people's faces, extremely rewarding.
Adam Mohammed, the ball carrier, at a gain of about 5. Damon Williams with 4 touchdown passes, the most ever, tying the most ever in a bowl game for Washington. 4 different receivers.
And spread the ball around, finding open targets. We've had 2 different receivers with their first touchdown of the year. The true freshman, Rayton Vines-Bright, and then Quentin Moore, the tight end, with that most recent touchdown. Both came into the night without one, and both here early in this third quarter already with a touchdown on the board.
Williams will run it here. And steps out of bounds near the line to gain. Did enough to get the first down at 39. A 6-yard run.
Seen that a couple times now. Just a quarterback sweep to the boundary. Nice job by Mohammed, just getting enough of the linebacker to help spring Damon Williams to get to the edge.
Mohammed bottled up, not much, maybe a yard. Well, it's year 2 for Jedd Fisch as the head coach here in Washington. His name has been mentioned for jobs that have already been filled, but obviously there's a big job open right now in another Big Ten school, Michigan. Fisch, a former assistant under Jim Harbaugh, early in Harbaugh's tenure there back about 10 years ago. And we'll see. But look, he's done a terrific job. Obviously, Kalen DeBoer got this team to a national title, but they were making the transition after that from the Pac-12 to the Big Ten. And they're certainly in the mix as one of the better teams in the league. Williams hoists that out of bounds.
And they've got a lot coming back on both sides of the football. A lot of talent that Jed Fish brought over with him from Arizona. A lot of talent. Some of the recruits that he was recruiting to Arizona, including DeMond Williams, came with him whenever he made that switch from Arizona here to Washington. And it does feel like we saw that improvement year 1 to year 2, likely to continue into year 3. And when you have success, your name's going to get mentioned for other jobs. But we asked him about that, said that no players have asked him about it. And he said he made a point to the players, you know, don't let the outside noise affect you. And he told us he's very happy right now at Washington.
Williams in trouble on 3rd down and 9, and he's sacked by Phelps to force a rare punt tonight for Washington.
Well, Phelps going to be working off the edge. He's going to come inside, just never stops his rush, just continues to dig it out and get this sack. Nice job collisioning off the offensive lineman and getting in the backfield.
3rd sack of DeMond Williams tonight, but a little too late for Boise. Dunn just got that punt away. It's a line drive. Sherrod brought down at the 33. 6 days away from the start of the college football playoff in Norman on ABC and ESPN, Oklahoma, Alabama. What's the most intriguing first-round matchup to you? There are 3 more on Saturday, December 20th.
Well, we've already touched on the game on Friday night. That's going to be incredible. Give me Miami at A&M. We were at College Station earlier this year. That's one of the best home environments in college football. It's going to be out of control next Saturday, 11 local, noon Eastern. That's a Miami team. A lot of controversy. Should they have gotten in? I think they should have gotten in. And it's an A&M team that was undefeated before the final game of the season, losing to Texas. Love the matchup in that game.
Cutforth has a completion to Marshall to midfield. Taylor?
I'll be on the call for that Miami-Texas A&M game, and I can tell you the legwork I've already done on that game. Miami, a huge chip on their shoulder, too, for feeling like they've been overlooked. Obviously, it came down to the final rankings for them to jump ahead of Notre Dame, get into the CFP, so super excited to see that matchup and the way they carry that into a very, very big road test at A&M.
And I want to see also, how does Marcel Reed respond? He struggled late in that game against Texas. I think he's going to have a lot to prove in that game as well. 2 really good offensive lines in that matchup. You know about the edges of Mesidor and Bain for Miami. You got really good matchup that's going to be fun to watch.
A&M's only loss was the last regular season game against Texas. Had an incredible come-from-behind win against South Carolina. Otherwise, they're probably still in the playoff, but they're on the road in the first round as opposed to hosting a first-round game. Winner of that game will play Ohio State in the quarterfinal. Cutforth in trouble and spun down in the backfield for a sack. Exree Alexander helping himself a day. An interception and now a sack. He also had a kickoff return.
Well, it's Lynch here on the inside. Watch the inside move, him win immediately on the interior. That's what initially forces Cutforth to step up, and it's Exree Alexander, as you mentioned, another big play in this game. He has been outstanding and really just improved all throughout the course of the season.
324 yards for Washington, just 113 for Boise. Wide receiver screen to Penry. Dragged down in the open field by Alexander at the 45. It'll be 4th down at about 5.
Love the effort from Exree Alexander. He is in the stack, gets out, chases that down from behind, and clearly I think Boise State knows down 28 at this juncture. They got to go for it.
And some movement. Everybody pointing at each other.
Looked like Lynch 41 jumped.
Offside. Number 41. Defense. Into the neutral zone. Calls the offense to react. 5-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
Sean Lynch jumps, and then you see the guard, 67, Jason Steele, move. Draws the flag.
Jacob Manu pointing as he was the only one for Washington. Everybody else knew that they were the guilty ones. Cut forth in trouble. Just hoisted out of bounds.
Just trying to be a good team player, Dave. Trying to lobby for a call for his team.
Yeah, I get it. They're just the other 10 guys were like, no, it's that was us.
That was us.
Great week of bowl action leading up to the start of the college football playoff, around the college football playoff, after the college football playoff. 21 straight days of football. On the perimeter, Sherrod, and a short gain.
That Troy
by Durfee.
That Troy and Jackson State game is going to be really good. Fired up for that one.
Third down and 8. 4-down territory, trailing by 28.
Pass rush has been relentless here in this second half from Washington. Can they give Cutforth any time?
Check that 3rd and 6. And they'll keep it on the ground. And they get maybe a yard with Sherrod. McLaughlin in there on the stop, the leading tackler for Washington, along with Alinius Davis.
Well, Alinius Davis has been extremely active, just a sophomore on the interior of this Washington defense. We've seen him on several different pass rushes, get home, apply pressure, holding the point inside, playing really well tonight.
Cutforth has a first down completion. Chris Marshall out of bounds at the 21. Gain of 14 on 4th and 5.
Good concept, and 6, Dylan Robinson. It's man-to-man coverage, and he's off. Space was able to be created for Chris Marshall, and an easy pitch and catch to move the chains.
Boise playing in its second ALA Bowl in the last 3 years. First time that Washington has been in the bucked up LA Bowl. Cutforth on the throwback, and it's dropped by Penry with Leroy Bryant bearing down on him.
Little throwback screen. I like the imagination, but it's extremely well read by Leroy Bryant. Even if that ball is caught, it's going to be catch tackle. Prepared, ready, and able to react with what he got. Very well played there by Bryant.
Here's Gaines up the middle. He gets smacked at the point of attack by Zach Durfee to bring up 3rd down and long.
Well, Durfee's had a really good season. He's a captain on this team. He's got a great motor. And he just saw 2 pullers coming his way. Did a nice job of avoiding slipping that block and making that play right around the line of scrimmage.
Look at that.
Just unable to run the ball tonight, Dave. And again, as we talked about, that's kind of the bread and butter, how they get this offense to have rhythm and how they get it to flow.
Cutforth on the rollout. Completes it, but short of the line to gain by handful. So Penry out of bounds at the 17-yard line. So 4th and 5 again. Max Cutforth starting the second half at quarterback with Maddox Madsen, the starter in the first half, injured. Came back after missing about a month due to a lower leg injury. Right foot in a boot after hobbling off the field at the end of the first half. Had just 51 passing yards and 2 interceptions after a brilliant regular season, leading them to the Mountain West Championship. Cut forth over the middle, incomplete. Like Chris Marshall stopped the receiver, and a turnover on downs.
Yeah, it just looked like Chris Marshall quit on that route, and another stop for Washington.
One guy that didn't quit, the host of this game, Rob Gronkowski, as he's racing Blitz, the Boise State mascot.
Looks like he got blitzed on this race. Come on, Gronk, come on!
Phillip Rivers, age 44, coming back. Rob Gronkowski, age 36, told it, I ain't coming back, I'm done.
Okay. We back.
Air Jordan 1s going for just $69. You guys, are you kidding me?
If y'all love steals and deals, gotta check out Whatnot.
You can find insane deals on just about anything.
Everything is live chat, you feel me?
Brand new.
Beautiful vintage condition.
Congrats.
This is what I bought from Whatnot.
If you are not checking out Whatnot, you're missing out.
It's the holidays, so get them what they really want. A 3-course meal wrapped in a festive box. 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert, starting at $19.99. Holiday harder with the Triple Treat Box from Pizza Hut.
I'm pretty loyal. I start every warm-up with a pass from the same guy. And I shoot from the same spot.
What's up, Steph?
What's up, Curtis?
Every time.
So you can imagine how good something's got to be to get me to switch.
Can't beat it, come on.
'Twas nearly the holidays, and all through the house, there was still much to do, like find the right gift for Mouse. When, much to her surprise, help from PetSmart appeared and led her to a land full of holiday cheer. The shelves were full with toys, treats, and food. Even Santa was there for a photo or two. With sweaters and collars, bandanas, and more, every pet had a holiday like never before. True story. This weekend, get a free photo with Santa. PetSmart, anything for pets.
And Doug.
Imagine if we could tell everyone here that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance to save people hundreds. Leave him! It's a mascot!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When you're driven by greatness, you chart your own course. Set your own standards. Blaze your own trails. Create your own traditions. Control your own destiny. And let everyone else follow.
It doesn't sit well with us. $1.7 trillion of your hard-earned money sitting in traditional bank accounts, collecting more dust than interest. So we reimagine savings, offering better rates than traditional bank savings accounts. With Vanguard Cash Plus, you can earn up to 8 times more interest.
8 times? I like that.
8 times? I like that.
Vanguard.
The broadcast premiere of Avatar: The Way of Water on the Wonderful World of Disney ABC Sunday.
Well, it's been 4 touchdowns and 4 touchdown passes for Damon Williams Jr. Sidestepping the blitzer, finding a wide open Denzel Boston for the first touchdown. On the move, a strike to Roebuck in the corner of the end zone. This just placed perfectly over the shoulder of Raiden Vines-Bright. And then how about your tight end? Doesn't have a touchdown, he does now. Once again, just an extremely well-thrown football with touch and placement as he finds Quentin Moore.
Boise State actually led this game 3-0. Jordan Washington in trouble in the backfield. Got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Washington been battling injury. Redshirt freshman from nearby Long Beach, but Jed Fish said he's healthy now, and they wanted to make sure he got more reps in this final game of the season.
He's explosive. He's got burst, home run capability. And we've seen him here tonight be very active. And just the 3 carries that he's had, you can see that explosiveness and why the staff excited about the redshirt freshman.
Williams to throw, in trouble. And down he goes. Lost his footing back at the 14. The 4th time he's been sacked in this game. So he's got 4 sacks, but also 4 touchdown passes, just 7 incompletions, over 200 passing yards for Damon Williams Jr., a guy we'll be talking about a lot next year for the Washington Huskies. This presentation of college football on ABC will continue after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
Running on empty? Need more energy or focus? Feel like you're hitting a wall? Crack open a Bucked Up. Take a sip, power up, and let the buck in you break loose. Because Bucked Up energy drinks get you fueled up, fired up, amped up, and ramped up. So you can
feel like $1,000,000.
The new SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants menu is now at Burger King. Let your imagination set sail with these 4 tasty treasures. The SpongeBob movie, only in theaters December 19th.
We know tradition. It's what inspires us to make Tostitos the traditional way, starting with whole corn kernels for our masa, crafted for that perfect crunch in every bite, with no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. Tostitos. Tradition matters.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I unlatched Bevo's gate while taking a selfie.
Bevo, no! Come back!
Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking Bevo's gate, though, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Hook 'em.
Wednesday, coming to ABC and Hulu. The biggest holiday party of the year. iHeartRadio Jingle Ball. Featuring Ed Sheeran, Nelly, Renee Rapp, Alex Warren, Conan Gray, The Kid Laroi, Zara Larson, Sean Paul, Luebe, and more. iHeartRadio Jingle Ball. Wednesday, 8, 7 Central on ABC. And stream next day on Hulu.
It's all Huskies 31-3 back here in Los Angeles. And moments ago, Spencer Danielson caught up with Taylor McGregor.
Coach, 1 quarter left in your season. You just got your guys together. What did you tell them?
Yeah, first off, man, thank you, Jesus. Even when games are not going the way we want, we got to keep battling. I mean, right now it's just all about our brand. We got to keep growing, and we got to play hard and physical. That's who we are at Boise State. And started strong, just haven't been making our plays. We got to finish. We got to put 15 minutes on film for our seniors.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Dave?
It was so great, Taylor, to talk with Coach Danielson this week. Very faith-driven man, and he's an ordained minister now. He said it took him 14 minutes online, but he's actually married current and former players, including the quarterback, Maddox Madsen, this past offseason. Check that he will be marrying Maddox Madsen. That's going to be in March. But Braxton Feely, who got married this past offseason, second-team All-Mountain West performer. Coach Danielson officiated that wedding and many others.
He's got a great energy, man, to him, and you could tell these players love to play for him. He is all in on Boise State. I think he's a perfect person to represent that program and the way his players go about it. He's got an outstanding relationship with Chris Peterson, who he still talks to every Sunday. They have Zoom calls and become a real mentor for him. But we've talked a lot tonight about just this Boise State program and the success they've had since they've gone to the FBS, and I expect that's going to continue under the guidance of Spencer Danielson.
Here's Taylor.
I love the story of how it all began, that he was asked to do Braxton Feely's wedding. So I guess at Boise, when players come, he says, look, I coach you, I marry you, and you're in my life forever. Well, Braxton took that seriously and approached Coach Danielson, asked him if he would officiate his wedding, and of course, Coach Danielson happy to oblige. So that was the first one, and there has been one since, and 2 more on the books for Coach Danielson. So certainly speaks highly to how much they think of his coach.
And should that day come for Taylor McGregor, we've got somebody to officiate the wedding.
I did ask him that. He told me before the game today, hey, seriously, if you need me one day, I said, well, you just have to find Mr. Right. But
or Dave, if you've got 14 minutes and you want to become an ordained minister, maybe you.
Yeah, watch out, Dave.
Could step in that role.
Well, multitask here in the fourth quarter. Call the game and pull up that website for me, would you? Got a penalty marker down, delay a game.
Number 14 offense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Well, Boise State, since hitting the FBS level back in 1996, has been in multiple conferences, but they have owned the Mountain West, but will be leaving next year to go to the Pac-12. But 3 straight Mountain West championships, only time in the conference's history, only the 10th school ever to do that in FBS history. A program that's used to winning, 28 consecutive winning seasons, longest active streak in the country. That pass is caught for a first down by Marshall and tripped up at about the 30-yard line.
Pressure brought here by Washington.
And you look at their all-time winning percentage in FBS. Now, again, got to keep in mind that they've only been at this level for 30 years, and the competition, they're not playing a lot of Power 4 teams, but still, it's remarkable.
It's incredible. It's been a great run. And again,
False start from 63, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
If you've been to Boise, that community, they are all in on their football. They've got such a great backing, such a great home field advantage there on the blue turf, and pretty remarkable when you're on that list and you look at some of the blue bloods in the history of college football, and Boise State's there at the top.
They were a playoff team last year. In the quarterfinal, lost to Penn State. And Coach Danielson said it was really difficult after the week 1 blowout loss to South Florida, because when you have a non-conference loss like that, as Sherrod makes the catch out in space and knocked out of bounds, then immediately the pressure's on, because you're trying to get back to the playoff. The pressure's on the players, it's on the program. Everybody's talking about it. They got beat 34-7. He said it was really hard, but he said out of danger in the storm, we became dangerous, and they became a much better team because of it. Cutforth backing up, looking downfield, and caught by Gaines. It'll be third down and long.
They did become dangerous, and they did it without their starting quarterback, who went down to Fresno. A 2-game losing streak there before the end of the season. He said we were left for dead, but this team just kept swinging, kept fighting, and conference champions once again. He's incredibly proud of this team, their grit, their toughness, and the way they found their way to come through and win a championship in the end.
Good throw by Cutforth. First down and goal. Capel's pulling it in for a gain of 23.
And a big reason why they're able to do that, Max Cutforth, his best throw of the night here as he locates the top target, Capels.
Pressure up the middle. Cutforth able to elude the sack. And another jump ball in the end zone, and it's intercepted by Bryant. Third interception for Washington's defense tonight. Well, it was Maddox-Madsen in the first half throwing one up for grabs and cut forth with just a big mistake here. And Bryant picks it off.
Coach, incredible win. What was the key to victory?
Well, the Sonic Smasher, no doubt about it.
Okay, but what makes the Sonic Smasher so great?
I think it'd be the hand-smashed Angus beef, the melty cheese, and of course the Smasher sauce. We're talking the tote right here.
The tastiest of all time.
Give me the QB1 of burgers. The sooner, the better.
Thanks, Coach. I'm Laura Rutledge, reporting from Sonic, where football goes to burger.
Do you want me to take that for you?
That's okay.
Even taking a photo can be tough for young homeowners turning into their parents.
Okay, everybody, big smiles. Very good.
Okay, phone back.
One more for safety. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's do a fun one. Hold up the buildings behind you. Hold up the buildings. That's great.
I'm so sorry.
How do y'all know each other? You friends?
Greg?
Okay, everybody jump in the air at the same time.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Oh, no, I didn't get it. All right, from the top.
Thanks for calling Discover. Hi, I just received my new Discover card. It says cashback. What's cashback?
Buy what you need, earn a little extra back.
Even on a baseball bat?
You betcha.
How about a flamethrower?
All of these souls to the night.
Michael Kors, the new fragrances. Pour Femme and Pour Homme Absolute.
At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
This holiday, Verizon's got the craziest deal ever. 4 iPhones.
$5 a line.
Welcome to Idol University.
American Idol is back.
I had a dream.
We're heading to Nashville to find the best undiscovered talent.
I'm going to Hollywood.
American Idol premieres January 26th on ABC.
We need your help. I need your help. We need money for research. It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love. And it's very important.
It's V Week at ESPN as we partner with the V Foundation to highlight the urgent need for cancer research. It's game-changing research that helps save lives. If you're able, give now at v.org/donate. 100% of donations go directly to cancer research. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, and Taylor McGregor back here in Los Angeles. Damon Williams, 4 touchdown passes on the day, going back to work and running his way back near the line of scrimmage, maybe a 1-yard gain. Braxton Feely on the takedown.
Braxton Feely, second team all-conference. He really has had an outstanding senior season, been a force inside for this defense, and nice job getting Williams to the ground after he slipped. And one thing noteworthy, Dave, Denzel Boston in the game right now, Jonah Coleman in the game. Boston not sure what he's going to do next year. Will he declare or not? Jonah Coleman, this is his last game, but well, they signed up for 60. It looks like you're going to get all of that from this entire Huskies team.
Williams dumps it off to the aforementioned Jonah Coleman. He fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by Jake Ripp. Not sure if he was the one that ripped it out, but he got the fumble recovery. The first takeaway for Boise State.
Well, it's about effort to the football. And this Boise State defense has been great this year, taking the ball away. And sometimes you got to give a little extra. Watch Roman Kaywood come from behind, wind up with that right arm, and jar that ball loose so that Jake Ripp can get on top of it. Continuing to play, give everything you got. That's what Spencer Danielson said he wanted to see from his football team. That's exactly what he got from Kaywood.
So a cut forth coming off that interception. Back to throw, in trouble, and he throws it right to a defender. Picked off by Deshaun Lynch. Big man running. Will he find the end zone? No. The turf monster with a takedown at the 10. Dusty Dvorak with a tear in his eye watching the defensive lineman run the ball back, but could not get Pater.
Well, they're going to bring pressure off the edge. And there's going to be a gift given to the big man, Deshaun Lynch. Come on, big fella. Find a way to get in the end zone. And you got to watch out for that turf monster, Dave. That's a long way to run for a 295-pounder. Defensive linemen dream of that. No, I never scored. No.
Did you ever want thrown like that easy to you where you could have run it back and you were that close?
I wish. No.
Back-to-back interceptions thrown by Cutforth on consecutive passes.
Thought we were going to see a thick six there. He looked good moving too. Just when he tried to cut back, he got a little bit off balance. But boy, this dominant defensive performance continues for Ryan Walters' side of the football. Fourth takeaway, dialing up pressure. Good recognition there by Lynch as well. Saw the tight end sit there and stay, and he was in prime spot to get that pick.
And that dropped by Omari Evans. They're trying to set up the wide receiver screen. Again, you look at the guys out there in the field. Same offensive lineman. Denzel Boston's throwing the game. Jonah Coleman in the game as well. Just fumbled it on the last possession. Pretty interesting in a day and age where you see players opting out.
I appreciate it. These guys say, you know, we're going to finish our season. We haven't seen Jonah Coleman find the end zone yet today. I'm surprised we haven't seen a bigger attempt to give him the ball in the red area.
There's going to be a double pass. Boston throwing it back to the quarterback, Williams, and Boise State was all over that. Jeremiah Irby in coverage that time. Still a positive play. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Jed Fish reached into the bag of tricks. A little double pass there. Denzel Boston showing off his arm. It's well defended outside there by Boise State. Irby didn't bite on it.
Boston had a touchdown pass earlier this season against Illinois. Also has a punt return for a touchdown and 11 receiving touchdowns, including 1 tonight.
Timeout, Washington. Their first of the half.
Play clock
Timeout
winding down. Timeout taken.
Well, here's the pick that set up the prime real estate. It's Rashawn Clark on the pressure, and it's Deshaun Lynch with the pick. Looking smooth running down the field until goes down at the 10. It's been all Huskies here in L.A.
I don't think I'm doing this race.
Al Chun.
Can you hand me that pink cup?
Alan Hagan.
I'm not going to spend my retirement on land.
Als who start a business.
She's the boss now.
And pass it down. They've all got something to protect. Whether it's these Als.
It's actually Allie.
Or this perfect little
Jeff.
And with investment, retirement, and insurance know-how.
Look at the camera.
Prudential can help protect your life's work.
There you are.
Who's your rock?
Want the fastest working GLP-1? For half the price, Ro now offers FDA-approved weight loss injections cheaper, so you can see weight loss results faster. Lose 20% of your weight with the formula that hits not 1, but 2 hormones for less hunger and faster results. Weight loss faster, confidence higher, price cheaper. See if you qualify at ro.co/TV.
I need you to trust me one last time.
It's about to come to a head.
How do you know?
Because I'm about to take it there.
Let's go! I was born and strong, born to survive, born in a place that you don't make it out alive. Thought it was over, thought I was dead.
Nobody's seen that coming.
Let's go.
The Bucked Up LA Bowl is brought to you by Pollo Campero.
official chicken of the LA Bowl. Order today at Campero.com.
College football playoff 2025 starts next Friday night. First round action finishes in Eugene, Oregon, and James Madison. Of the two group of 5 teams left, who has the better chance to pull the upset, James Madison or Tulane at Ole Miss?
Well, I think it's an uphill battle for both. I mean, I think both are pretty significant underdogs, but I'd say Tulane. The second time they get a crack at Ole Miss. They lost by 35 the first time, but I like both of the home teams in those matchups.
3rd and goal. And this is a walking touchdown for Jonah Coleman in his final game as a Husky.
Well, it's really good blocking off the right side. Just an off tackle, outside run. And Jonah Coleman be his 15th touchdown of the season. Cruises into the end zone. Cap off an outstanding career. Another quality night. He looks fresher. He looks more healthy tonight. And he's got a lot of football left in front. That's an outstanding running back. He's going to play in the NFL.
Got to feel good, too, after not ending his career at Washington with the fumble.
Yep.
Coming back and getting in the carry there in short yardage so he gets into the end zone in his final game with the Huskies. He was recruited at a very young age by Jed Fish in Washington and then transferred to Seattle when Fish took the head job before last season.
And they're close. Jonah Coleman and Jed Fish told us he's so proud of his growth as a player, as a young man. Was a Campbell Award finalist. Jed Fish went with him to Vegas for that. And 51 Friday walkthroughs they had a chance to spend together, something Jed Fish shared with us that Jonah Coleman brought to his attention just yesterday when they were getting prepared for this game.
Taylor?
When I was talking to Jonah Coleman this week, he told me he wasn't sure exactly how he would feel going into this game, but assumed there would be some type of emotion. It was important for him to play in this game, he told me, because he wanted to cap off his college career, but also pay respect to Jed Fish, a man who has meant so much to him. You talked about how he was originally recruited to Arizona. That Arizona program was 1-11 when Jed Fish convinced him to come play for him. He sold him on a vision. He said, I will help make you a pro. And now that dream is turning into a reality, and all of that coming to fruition tonight.
Yeah, Coleman, the guy that battled some injury this year at the end of the season. He had 30 total rushing yards in his last 3 games played. But 85 tonight and a touchdown, 7 yards per carry. 38-3 Washington, 38 unanswered points. It was 3-0 Boise about 5 minutes into the game. Pass behind, the target louder, incomplete. Now we showed you that bracket. We mentioned there are 2 group of 5 teams. Obviously, Boise State is a group of 5 school struggling tonight against the Big Ten school. What are your thoughts on how the group of 5 should fit in going forward with the college football play?
Well, I'm going to be intrigued just in general. What does it look like, right? They got the extension. December 1st was the deadline to figure out what the future CFP format was going to look like. That's going to go past the national championship game. I think there's a lot of speculation. Will we see more teams in? I'm just curious with the automatic qualifiers. Will there be qualifying rankings to be able to get into those spots? Meaning, previously in the BCS era, to make one of the, January, for the New Year's Six Bowls, you had to be inside the top 16 if you're a group of 5 to get one of those automatic spots. Will there be qualifiers, and not just for the group of 5, but for anybody? Do you have to be a certain ranking to be able to garner if they're going to continue to have the 5 automatic qualifiers for the highest ranked conference champions? I think that's something that needs to be taken a look at, because the reality is we want as many of the best teams as we possibly can get in the playoff, and we're not getting that this season. To me, it's not even necessarily a group of 5 discussion, but when we've got teams at the back of the top 25.
72 offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And a team like Notre Dame that's sitting there at number 11, they're left out. I think it is something you need to take a look at.
And the reason there are 2 group of 5 teams is because really the tiebreaker situation in the ACC. Correct. And what I'd love to see is, since the committee's picking outside of the group of 5 highest ranked team, they're picking the other schools that are at-large teams. If there's a tiebreaker situation in a conference for a team to get into the college football playoff or to play in the ACC championship game, for example, why don't they pick the teams rather than getting to the 5th tiebreaker and Duke ends up getting in, and if they lose, the ACC doesn't get a team. Thankfully for that conference, Miami got in as an at-large, as that is intercepted again by Bryant, his 2nd pick. And the 3rd thrown by Cutforth.
The highest ranked teams in a conference in a tiebreaker situation should play in that conference championship. It should be that simple. As we see yet another takeaway from this Washington defense. Leroy Bryant climbing the ladder, an acrobatic pick.
It's the Buffalo Wild Wings Pick 6 meal. Whoa! It's the perfect meal for 2. Ooh, I'm so excited. What else did I get? That's it. This was only $19.99. It's not about what you spend. Give me that back. Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
The new iPhone 17 Pro?
Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us when you trade in your old iPhone. Any condition, most expensive plan now required. Plus, switch and we'll pay off your phone balance up to $800 per line.
For the acute treatment of migraine with or without aura in adults, Nurtec ODT can provide relief in 2 hours, which can last up to 2 days. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec ODT. Allergic reactions can occur even days after use. Get help right away for trouble breathing, rash, swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or throat. High blood pressure and Raynaud's syndrome can occur. Get help for high blood pressure, numbness, coolness, pain, or color changes in fingers and toes. Common side effect is nausea. Ask your doctor about
Patty, celebrated social worker.
Who's coming in second?
Self-appointed social chair. Potluck, kickball, last call.
Sign up for goat yoga.
You name it, she's on it. And you have 47 emails to prove it. But her capacity to care is unmatched. You need Patty. Patty needs a retirement plan. Work with Principal so we can help you help Patty with a retirement and benefits plan that's right for her.
Good night, guys.
Let our expertise round out yours.
You made the nice list, kid.
Thank you, Santa.
Consider yourself on the nice list. Nice list. Nice. We all know what list you're on, Draymond.
Again?
The broadcast premiere of Avatar: The Way of Water on the Wonderful World of Disney ABC Sunday.
Today is why we wear the uniform.
This is a global operation.
LAPD has agreed to help the FBI track down terrorist targets.
I'll do my best.
But don't do your best. Do my best.
Back at SoFi Stadium, Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Taylor McGregor on a chilly night in Los Angeles. Washington with 5 interceptions in this game. And a new quarterback, Damon Williams' night is complete. 4 touchdown passes. And Tulane transfer Kai Horton is in the game. Horton had 4 starts in 4 years with the Green Wave. Tulane in the college football playoff. And Horton's pass knocked away, incomplete, trying for Boston, who's still out there. What a performance by Damon Williams Jr., the 19-year-old quarterback. 4 touchdown passes, tying a Washington Bowl record.
Bright future in front of him into next season. Still 19 years of age, very young. We've seen the skill set. You saw it at the end of the last season, throughout the course this year, and finishing on a strong note here in this bucked-up LA Bowl.
Horton throws complete to Evans. What do you think the ceiling is for Damon Williams? Where does he have to get better? Obviously, you like his ability to run the football. We saw him pretty accurate throughout the season, and especially tonight.
Yeah, I think just continuing to with the accuracy and decision making against some of the better defenses. He had some struggles this year, against Ohio State, against Oregon. In the Michigan game, he had 3 interceptions in the second half. So I just think against that, that better upper echelon competition, he's going to have to continue to play at a high level with accuracy, with decision-making, which I think we'd expect him to only continue to improve and get better.
Sterling Lane, his second sack of the day as he takes down Horton. Well, Jed Fish told us he feels like the NIL is in a good spot for Washington, not where it needs to be based on some of the big boys of the Big Ten like Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Nebraska. But they do feel like they're in a better position. The roster's in a better position to compete with some of those better teams in the Big Ten. And that will certainly help Williams if they're better around him. They'll lose Denzel Boston. He'll be in the NFL. They'll lose Jonah Coleman to the NFL as Jordan Washington backtracks and dives out of bounds after a gain of about 7.
Maybe they lose Denzel Boston. I mean, he has not made his mind up yet. Still something that he's still trying to figure out and work through.
Looking at the schedule next year, so they avoid Michigan. Got Penn State at home. They avoid Ohio State. You got 5 road games, including 2 former Pac-12 schools, Oregon and USC.
Pretty salty schedule there. I mean, Indiana, Penn State, I can't wait to see what they look like with Matt Campbell. Iowa's never easy. Kirk Ferentz coming back for yet another season next year. 5 games. They'll have to go play on the road.
Wide receiver screen to Evans. Well, I think it's going to be fascinating. Might have been offside that time on Boise. A lot of people thought after Indiana made the playoff last year and they had a new quarterback coming in, even though Mendoza had played at Cal, they didn't think Indiana would be this good. Obviously, Mendoza won the Heisman tonight.
Number 94, defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, 3rd down.
And Indiana's the #1 seed. With Mendoza, maybe the #1 pick in the draft, can Curt Cignetti do it again? Can Indiana, I mean, we mentioned no Ohio State, no Michigan on this schedule. Didn't see Indiana on there either.
I'm done doubting the guy. I mean, at this point, why would anybody doubt Curt Cignetti and what he's done? I don't think we've ever seen a turnaround in this short amount of time like what he's been able to do in there in Bloomington. It's been incredibly impressive. And the fact that they were so good last year and they're even better this year, I'm not saying they won't be able to do it, Dave.
Because you think as Horton throws and it's tipped and incomplete, 4th down. The NIL at Indiana can't be what it is at Ohio State and Michigan and Penn State. And that's what also is remarkable in a day and age where a school like Texas Tech greatly improves because of the investment made by donors at Texas Tech. That's a big reason why they are better in the college football playoff. Indiana not getting that same investment. It's certainly better than it's been, but now they've invested in the coach for sure.
Yes, they have. I was going to say, I don't know exactly what their NIL situation is, but they're selecting good players and they're developing those players. And boy, the proof's in the pudding. I mean, they have been incredible through 2 years. 23-1 now with him as the head coach.
Remarkable. We'll be back in 10 seconds after a message from Ally.
An awesome teammate is the key to victory. Just like Ally can be your teammate, helping you spend and save. Ally, the bank that's your ally. Back to you.
All right, Kevin, you'll be a busy man over the next few weeks. Fernando Mendoza, the first Indiana Hoosier ever to take home the Heisman Trophy in his first season in Bloomington. Dylan Riley out past the 15. Is that how you saw it? Did you think Mendoza would win tonight going in?
I did. I think there's a case to be made for Diego Pavia. Again, talk about guys that have done remarkable things the last 2 years. For Clark Lee to identify those guys who are at New Mexico State, bring that staff in, bring Diego Pavia in. And really, I thought he put that team on his back with what he did on the field, the leadership, the swag. So I actually would have made a case for Diego Pavia, but I think Fernando Mendoza more than deserving to be the winner of this year's Heisman Trophy. I just thought in big moments, big situations, he really stepped up and made big plays. You think about the final drive, that marquee pass at the end of that Penn State game. It was also late against Iowa. That game's tied 13-13, 3rd down. He throws a touchdown to Surratt. Watching that Big Ten championship game, biggest moments, biggest plays, he's placing the football exactly where it has to be. So, yeah, I expected he was going to be the winner, but I also thought you could have easily made a case for what Diego Pavia has brought to Vanderbilt as well.
Third, 2nd and 8 here for Max Cutforth, who's thrown 3 interceptions here in the second half. And almost 4, and it was almost the second for Alexander. He had one in the first half against Maddox Madsen.
Which a really nice zone drop. Gets good depth. Anticipating this route. Feels it coming in. And just unable to bring that in. He's going to get some heat for that when they go back and watch this. He's going to get a little bit busted up on in the linebacker room. But he's played excellent, as have many of these Huskies defenders throughout the course of this game tonight.
Interception and a sack on the night for Alexander. 3rd down and 8. And Boise is going to keep it on the ground. But imagine they'll just punt here on 4th down and 6. This game essentially over. Well, they'll keep the offense on the field here. Boise will fall to 9-5. Washington will improve to 9-4. So that's a 3-win improvement in year 2 for Jed Fish in Seattle. Fish, who's been at a lot of schools. We mentioned 3 years at Arizona, also an assistant at multiple college teams and NFL teams. In fact, he worked for the Rams for a couple of years early in Sean McVay's tenure. 4th down pass over the head of the receiver, a turnover on downs, but a flag. Let's see what that's about. In fact, Jed Fish told us when we spoke to him yesterday.
Offside, number 48, defense. 5-yard penalty. Defeat 4th down.
Told us Sean McVay's one of his best friends. Said when he got fired at UCLA, that when McVay created a position for him on the Rams staff. It's part of his Super Bowl team.
A lot of the principles of this offense you'll see tomorrow here against Detroit, because they do a lot of similar stuff with the multiple tight end sets, the inside-outside zone, the heavy play action. And clearly very successful with the Rams, and we've seen Jed Fish have a lot of success with that both at Arizona and now here at Washington.
So the biggest thing he learned from being around Sean McVay for 2 years is relationships. As great as McVay is as a play caller and just how he understands all 3 phases, it's how he relates to players. And you hear that when you talk to players in the Rams or all these coaches that have worked for Sean McVay. It's the same thing. That's the biggest impact he's had on some of these other coaches. Which is kind of interesting when you go back to Taylor's report and what you were saying also on the relationship between Jed Fish and Jonah Coleman. And the depth of that relationship.
Impacting a lot of these players in such a positive way and creating that bond, that relationship that's the good stuff that we don't talk about enough in college football. That's what I was able to get from my head coach in Bob Stoops, and I think the great coaches, they're able to do that. They're able to create that relationship, that bond. There's always a respect. It's coach-player. It's not buddy-buddy, but there's a way you can go about that and still have great relationships with your players. And through some mentorship with McVay, Jed Fish has found that sweet spot.
Gaines trying to get the edge, and the man that got the interception and almost scored a touchdown to Sean Lynch a little bit earlier in the second half with the takedown there. Washington using timeouts. Probably want to get some other guys an opportunity to play a little offense, I'm guessing. Get the ball back for Horton and put some backups out there. And the game's over, so you got to be the reason why. Let's check out what DeMond Williams did tonight. 4 touchdown passes to tie the Washington Bowl record.
And he really got it going in the second quarter. 3 of these touchdown passes came in that second frame. Corner blitz off the edge, felt it, stepped up, blown coverage on the back end, makes him pay. I love that. Full speed running to his right, fires a strike. How about the touch and placement of each of these last 2 touchdown passes? You cannot throw it any better. Right on the hands of his targets. And a big performance once again in a bowl game. 5 total touchdowns a year ago and 4 passing touchdowns here tonight.
Tonight's Capital One Player of the Game. You know, last year at 374 yards, 4 touchdowns in the Sun Bowl. Also had a rushing touchdown in that game. So matching his own mark here tonight with 4 touchdown passes. Good throw that time by Cutforth. Pulled in by Caples for a first down.
And boy, Caples has had a very good year. He's been the go-to guy. We've seen him a little bit here in the fourth quarter, but not a huge impact when the game was still in question early in this ball game. But hey, Cutforth has had a couple of nice passes. Had a strike for a first down.
Cutforth again finds his man. Chase Penry on the catch to the 32 of Washington. That might take us down to the 2-minute timeout.
And had a good layered throw, Dave. That was over the linebacker in front of the safety and right where it had to be for Chase Penry.
2 minutes to go in this one. Washington up 38-3.
Running on empty? Need more energy or focus? Feel like you're hitting a wall? Crack open a Bucked Up. Take a sip, power up, and let the buck in you break loose. Because Bucked Up energy drinks get you fueled up, fired up, amped up, and ramped up. So you can
feel like $1 million.
I get it. It's hard to change. Me? I'm pretty loyal. I've been on the same team for 17 years. Same coach for 11. Never switched my number once. And I start every warm-up with a pass from the same guy. What's up, Curtis? And I shoot from the same spot. Every time. So you can imagine how good something has to be for me to change.
Can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it with the big bad dough. Come on. Don't I make it look easy? Don't I make it look good? Yeah.
Go all in on luxury with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. There's the $5 box, indulgent. The $7 box, extravagant. And the $9 box, indescribable with the new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla. It's Lux. For less. Choose your $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box, only at Taco Bell.
And Doug.
There it is, Limu, the 50-yard line. Soon we'll be telling the whole stadium how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance. To save people hundreds! Whoa! Ah! Looks like we're walking.
We'll get them at halftime. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
You've drawn the shortest straw in the holiday gift exchange. Your girlfriend's dad. Oh dear. Maybe there's time to get a deal on something else. Wait. Hey, you might just make it to New Year's after all.
What they had done. 38-3 Washington, 2 minutes away from victory. Fans, don't forget to check out the ESPN app for the Capital One postgame immediately following the game. Jed Fish will lead Washington to its 9th win. They started 5-1. The lone loss was against then number 1 Ohio State. Went 5-4 in conference play. Lost again to Oregon, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Lost to Oregon the last game of the regular season, but good way to finish the year with an impressive win here in Los Angeles. And the receiver had no idea the ball was coming his way. Chris Marshall had hit him on the shoulder pad, it looked like. Elias Johnson in coverage.
And Chris Marshall never quite identified this football. It's Elias Johnson in coverage, and
haven't seen that happen many times. 2nd and 10. Boise State trying to get into the end zone for one last time in 2025. Washington bringing the blitz while Cutforth gets leveled, but he completes it. What a job by Cutforth. Got hammered, but hung in there and finds Chris Marshall. Nice response by Marshall, securing that one.
The safety blitz is going to get home, and he takes a shot, but he finds an open Chris Marshall. And this time, Marshall does see and identify the football. Nice catch and a good pickup, getting him inside the 10 after the grab.
Paul Menke with the big hit there on the quarterback. 1st and goal. Cutforth. That hit the crossbar. No interception. Incomplete pass. Ball out of bounds. 2nd and goal.
Good defense down the field. Wanted to throw it back and find Cameron Bates, but he was well covered. And Cutforth puts it in the back of the end zone.
Thirteenth play of the drive. Cutforth on the rollout, throws it back to Lauder, lowers the shoulder, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Finally into the end zone for the first time tonight with just outside a minute to play.
Boy, it's great for Matt Lauder. Watch, it's called his tight end delay. He's going to block, and then he's going to sit down and become a target for Cutforth. Really well done by Lauder. Hold that block initially, then just turn around. He's open, he powers into the end zone. It'll be his final game as a Boise State Bronco. And he's going to end his career with a touchdown here in the Bucked Up LA Bowl.
Well, as bad as things have gone tonight, at least you walk out of here with feeling like you finished strong, played to the end, and finally got into the end zone. Colton Boomer on for the point after. And it's 38-10. Six days away from the start of the college football playoff. We will begin in Norman December 19th. ABC, ESPN, 8 Eastern Time, Alabama and Oklahoma. 3 more games on Saturday, December 20th, starting at noon from College Station.
Cannot wait to watch that Oklahoma defense against Ty Simpson and that Alabama offense. Bama's going to be a little bit healthier. Oklahoma's been one of the best defenses in the country. We touched on Miami A&M. What a great matchup. You don't typically see those teams playing. They did a home and home a few years ago, but it's going to be a couple of great environments. And then obviously a home field game for Ole Miss. I love that. That team dealing with a lot. No Lane Kiffin, but the offensive staff will be there. Can't wait to see how Pete Golding has that team ready. And then the Oregon Ducks. I see a lot of people thinking Oregon could be the team that could come through that bracket and make a push for a national championship. Remember last year they were the 1 seed, won the Big Ten championship, went undefeated, and then got bounced in that quarterfinal Rose Bowl to Ohio State.
If Oregon beats James Madison, they will face Texas Tech in Miami at the Orange Bowl on New Year's Day. You also saw that graphic there about rematches in the CFP. Alabama and Oklahoma played just a month ago. Anything from that matchup do you think could play a big role this time around?
Well, yeah, look, I mean, I'm intrigued to see offensively what adjustments Oklahoma makes. John Mateer struggled in that game, and they got almost doubled up in offense. They kind of struggled down the stretch. So I'll be intrigued to see, you know, what they're able to look at based off that film, what Alabama did to them defensively. What can they do to maybe get some things going in the run game and get John Mateer into a rhythm against that Bama defense?
Because the Oklahoma defense has been great. Can they get the offense and Mateer going again? Had that injury midseason. Onside kick and recovered by Washington. That was Jonah Coleman.
Also, not on that bracket, we got not one but 2 game days. Game days going to Norman on Friday, and then they'll be in College Station on Saturday morning. So just a ton of coverage and excitement around these home site playoff games next weekend.
All right, overall, Indiana's the 1 seed, just beat Ohio State.
Yep.
Ohio State's the defending champs. Who do you think has the best chance to win the championship this year?
Well, I think a lot of teams have the best chance. The team that I'm going with is Georgia. I think Georgia, the way they're playing at the end of the season, I think they're a different team than they were early on in the year. Thought that they had some real battles, and they overcame that. The defense is young, was playing better. Like the way they run the football. I think Gunnar Stockton is a gamer. I think in the biggest games, he's played his best. So it's anybody's guess. I do think it's wide open, and I could make a case for a lot of teams, but Georgia is my pick to make it through and claim the national championship. I just like the way Kirby Smart talks about the physicality of that team. I think that ultimately we see that physicality here in this playoff run.
Are they elite enough on defense?
They weren't early, but they were down the stretch. They were against Texas late in the season. Did you watch that SEC championship game?
Yes, I did.
I mean, down the stretch of the season, as a young defense, they got better and better. So we're going to find out. What about you? Who you got?
I think Ohio State's going to repeat.
Well, they're the betting favorite, so I don't think that that's.
There's a chance that those teams could play in the semis, Ohio State and Georgia.
That's exactly right.
Jed Fish knows it's coming or not. No, he should have known it was coming, but I don't know how many guys could sneak up right behind him and him not know that he was about to get doused. But congratulations to Jed Fish and the Washington Huskies. Just an outstanding season in year 2 of his tenure. 9-4 record, and they close out the season with a 38-10 thumping of Boise State here in the bucked up LA Bowl. So Washington 9-4, Boise State, the Mountain West champs, finished the season 9-5. Maddox Madsen unable to finish the game, unfortunately. Re-injured that leg in the first half and did not play in the second half. But at that point, the game was pretty much over as Washington rolls to victory, 38-10. For Dusty Dvorak, Taylor McGregor, our entire ABC crew, I'm Dave Pash. Thanks so long from Los Angeles. Your local news is coming up next over most of these ABC stations.
Try it.
Oh, that does feel good.